all my beautiful little unicorns, and welcome back to my channel. If this is indeed the first time that you're on my channel, please allow me to introduce myself to you. My name is Vanessa Somuayina. I am the proud author of 2 tarot decks, passionate dog mom, as well as your favorite psychic here on YouTube. Because in today's super personalized and accurate pick a card reading, we will be discussing the next big unforeseen changes which are heading straight towards your life. And by uncovering all of this information, you can give yourself some peace of mind as well as have fun vibing with me, your guides, and the universe. So how this video works is that you get to pick one of these 4 groups, which I will introduce you to in just a moment. And once you've selected a group for yourself that you know will provide you with the messages that you need, you get to scroll down into the description box and pick a second time. And the second and even more personalized round of your reading is going to be based on your gift number. Stop right there. Don't panic if you don't know what your gift number is. Pause this video, open a new tab. I have my video linked in the description box where I explain to you how you can calculate your gift number and what it means. It's super easy to do. I promise you won't even need a calculator. And pairing one of these 4 groups with your personal gift number will ensure that you are aware of all of the next big unforeseen changes that are coming towards you. And now that you understand exactly how this pick a card prediction works and you can make the most of this video, I just have a fun little announcement I'd like to share with you. If you follow me or my brand Bow Life on Instagram, which I recommend that you do so you don't miss out on any tarot deck, journal, or crystal launches, then you would have seen the new moon in Pisces sale that I had going on, where absolutely everything on Bow Life is 20% off. And even though the sale is over, just to make it fair for all my beautiful unicorns here on YouTube, I have secretly extended the sale just for you. It will last for 48 hours from the time of me posting this video, and you can access the secret code that will provide you with 20% off all products at checkout below in the description box. So don't miss out on this amazing opportunity to get some unique crystals, celestial jewelry, tarot decks, the crystal jewelry I wear in every single one of my videos, and things such as crystal water bottles as well. Everything will be shipped from Bow Life's HQ here in Switzerland, but we do ship worldwide, with shipping just taking 2 to 3 business days. So all the links can be found in the description box, my beautiful unicorn family, as well as the secret 20% off coupon. So make sure that you don't miss out on this. But now let's get into the readings. I'll introduce you to these 4 groups so you can select one of these 4 groups for part 1 of your prediction. And then don't forget to figure out what your gift number is in order to receive part 2 of your reading. Let's get into it. Group number 1 corresponds to the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians Oracle card deck, as well as the orange Calcite and the following sound. Group number 2 corresponds to the Prism Oracle deck, as well as the Rainbow Fluorite and the following sound. Group number 3 corresponds to the Green Witch Oracle deck, as well as the Aquamarine crystal and the following sound. And group number 4 corresponds to the Tarot of the Divine, as well as the Rose Quartz crystal and the following sound. So I will now provide you with a little moment of privacy so you can meditate on the 4 groups. Feel free to pause the video right here if you need a little more time, and I'll speak to you in a second to get into your predictions. So by now you've hopefully been able to select one of these 4 groups. If you absolutely cannot make up your mind, feel free to tune into 2 readings. Sometimes your personal prediction can be a mixture between 2 groups. I will be starting off the readings with the first group, which corresponds to the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians Oracle cards. So if this is a group that you chose, then please continue watching. And to all of my other beautiful groups as well as gift numbers, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your reading. You chose the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians Oracle cards in connectivity to the orange calcite. Let's first do a quick close-up of the crystal of your choice. This is the beautiful orange calcite. This is a truly revitalizing stone. So if you've been feeling down and out, and know that this is a stone that provides you with extra healing and energy, which may be why you felt so drawn to it. But now let's move into your reading to figure out exactly what the next big unforeseen changes are that are coming towards you. First up, we've got the Star Maiden, and we can't make this up, group number 1. The Star Maiden is all about taking rest and taking some time to regain your composure and re-energize yourself, revitalize yourself, just as the orange calcite suggests. So it seems as though your reading is really clicking and connecting right off the start, group number 1, and the universe is showing that it's present, that it's listening, that you're here for a reason to receive these messages. Next up, we have Kadesh. So in Kadesh, I can see here that you are gaining sexual wisdom, and that a big part of the next big unforeseen changes coming for you is kind of like the emancipation of your sensual side and the side of you that maybe felt a little bit embarrassed to be expressed before, that had to do with sensuality, that had to do with nudity and different topics such as that. Next up, we've got Agma. In Agma, I can see that you're being called to watch your words, because that is going to determine how you feel about taking rest. If you, for example, beat yourself up for needing a break or needing some time off, do know here that there will be repercussions to that, and your rest time is most likely not going to feel as relaxing as it really could or should. So group number 1, watch your words when it comes to how you speak to yourself in connectivity to taking rest, as well as your body in a sensual way. Don't tell yourself anything such as I'm not handsome or pretty enough or seductive, or there's nothing about me that is sensual. Use your words really wisely, as they are a manifestation and like a mantra. Next up, we've got Nametana. So I can see here within Nametana that it's important for you to find a safe space, and this is the next big change that's coming for you. Actually feeling as though you have a safe space, a safe container that you can exist in, and also someone with whom you feel held, and where you're not frantically trying to make sure that everything is perfect about you physically and in the sensual realms, but you can simply relax, be yourself, and enjoy being in a physical relationship with another person. So if you've been especially skeptical about getting physical with other people and their intentions behind wanting to get physical with you, do know that you will be able to kind of relax into a relationship sooner rather than later, especially when it comes to being intimate. Next up, we've got the Four of Pentacles. So I see that the next big unforeseen changes coming for you have a lot to do with saving and creating stability, group number 1. So maybe in the past you were a little bit more materialistic, but I see here in the Four of Pentacles that is changing to the point where you don't want to buy things to impress people anymore. You don't want to purchase anything that is just fashionable at the moment. You want to make sure that you invest in things that have longevity, and that's kind of a big change for you that you maybe never expected, as I do see here within the Fool that it's like a new beginning to a new cycle and a new version of who you are. This is a more mature version of who you are. This is a version that is concerned with the future, concerned with things such as retirement and having a retirement fund, having some sort of plan for the next decades, and just overall being really mature and moving away from caring about what people think about you, and understanding that if someone cares so much about whether you're wearing a certain brand or whether you're spending certain amounts of money on going out or a lifestyle, then maybe they're just not for you at this point in your life, and maybe you've outgrown them. Next up, we've got the Princess of Wands. A next big unforeseen change that's coming for you is being unafraid to do things that you otherwise were scared to do physically and sexually, group number one. So being a little bit wild, trying something new and steamy, and just keeping things very interesting in your private life. As I see here within the Seven of Cups, that you're like a whole buffet, group number one. You're not just a one-course meal. You have so many things to offer. You can be sweet, you can be cute, you can be raunchy, you can have a little bit of an aggressive streak in you, and things are just always kind of interesting with you, and you're expanding your comfort zone when it comes to being intimate, when it comes to trying out new things, and that makes for a really great foundation for a relationship, because obviously it's not just about day-to-day life, because you of course want to ensure that the relationship isn't lacking anything, whether it be on a platonic level or a sensual level. But let's move further into your reading to figure out what the next big changes are, aside from the fact that you're clearly kind of on fire, sensually speaking, and you're kind of doing your own thing, and it's really turning your now partner or partner to be on, and it's going to reignite a flame and a spark that you once had or that you always wished would come into your life. We've got the moon. The moon is all about being intuitive. It's all about following your gut feeling, and I want you to understand here that in connectivity to what you're doing with your finances, go with what really feels right. Don't let anyone pull you into a quote-unquote business opportunity that is an opportunity for them to make money off you, but not really any opportunity for you, group number one. Beware of that, as I see here within the Strength card, that it is so essential that you remind yourself here that staying strong mentally is the most important thing you can do for yourself in order to create a future that is stable. If you allow people to talk you into messy business deals, or just things that again aren't really business deals for you, but it's more them making money off of you, you will regret it, and you will say to yourself, I wish I would have just listened to my intuition and that gut feeling in the first place, rather than allow for someone to talk me into something I didn't want anyways to begin with. I see here in the Five of Swords, someone is being dishonest and someone is kind of challenging your intelligence. Don't take it personally, group number one, but know that it's very important that you simply say no. The Suit of Swords is the suit of communication as well as the mental realm. It is a very no BS type of suit, and I do see here within the Suit of Swords that you can benefit the most from just being honest and not even giving anyone the time of day who you feel only has their interests at heart, and you're basically just a tool for them to grow or expand their business or expand their social circle. I see here in the Four of Cups that means that you will lose that connection. You won't have that person in your life any longer. But group one, you have to ask yourself, is it a change for the positive or the negative if you no longer have someone in your life who sees you as a walking ATM or a means to an end? I would say it's something positive, group number one, even though it can be hard, especially if you didn't think the relationship would go in that direction. But, you know, people change and you change as well. And you may notice that the more successful you become or the more you accomplish in your lifetime, the more some people are kind of rubbed the wrong way and can start to act really weird around you. And that's usually when it's time for that friendship or that relationship to come to a halt and for you to move on because you've maybe just outgrown that relationship. That's not to judge them, but that is sadly often the case, and this is something that I see depicted within your reading. It's a big change. I hope you can appreciate my honesty. I do not just want to read cards that are all positive and all rainbows and sunshine. It's important for you to know what big changes are coming up next, and I really hope that you like that and that you're here for that. The Three of Cups shows me that on the other hand, you're also going to kind of be celebrating a lot, so you're going to have that innate understanding that, yeah, some people will simply have to leave your life. You've outgrown some people and the connections that came with them, but you'll make other friendships and other bonds that are really fun with people who are quote unquote on your level, not to judge the other people, but who are kind of on the same wavelength that you're on right now. So it just really works, and you have lots of shared interests during this season of your life. Next up, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Now in the Wheel of Fortune, I do also see here that the next cycle in your life is going to come with lots of amazing surprises that you didn't expect. And the Wheel of Fortune is usually a really positive foreshadowing of the future and what's coming next. But let's figure out a little bit more of the information that comes here with the Wheel of Fortune. We've got the Justice card. So in Justice, I see that the universe is foreshadowing an increase in balance. I'm sorry for my camera kind of struggling to know what to focus on. We just have such a beautiful, captivating setup for you already, group number one. Do know here within the Justice card that a big change coming next is also finding more balance. The more you cut out people and situations that don't really serve you, the more you will find that you can focus on what really matters and focus on enjoying life with people who are like-minded, with people who are drama-free. Then we've got the Judgment card. Do know that you will be judged, group number one, but I mean, you'll be judged anyway, so you might as well do what's healthiest for you and be judged while doing that and not even notice it. But I do see here that some people will feel a little bit resentful towards the fact that you've noticed that you've leveled up and you've noticed that your life is kind of headed in a different direction than theirs. And resentment is something that's completely normal. I mean, it's part of the spectrum of emotions that we experience as human beings, and it doesn't mean that you have to react to it or give in to it. Next up, we've got the Carriage, which depicts a journey, either a physical or a mental one. So group one, you're going on a really big, interesting journey, a journey that's fun and a journey that's going to change you for the better. So look forward to it, as I can see here within the jug that you're moving into a next cycle that is more lighthearted, that is more carefree, where you're not so worried. And it also makes sense with the Four of Pentacles and you having more of a plan for your future and your financial future, your material future, which is just something that is helping you be at ease and rest with peace of mind. Of course, money isn't everything, but money really can buy you peace of mind, and that's what I see coming towards you here. The Younger Man shows me that a next big unexpected change coming towards you is this young man, dealings or a relationship with a younger man, with someone who is definitely in your age bracket, not much older than that, group number one, so young in comparison to you. And I do want you to understand here within the younger man that you may find this safe space in them. You may find that you can actually just rest assured that this is a real friend or a real romantic partner who's there for the better as well as the worse. I see here within the Goldfish an increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. So this person is adding to your life both spiritually as well as in a material sense. That's maybe also why they are interested in you, because they can see that you're interested in longevity, you're interested in building something for the future, and they are maybe from generational wealth. They may be an old money type of person, so they of course love to see you handling your finances responsibly, and they want to add to what you've built, and they want you to of course inspire them to continue to build as well. So that is where I can see a big change here in this relationship. And of course, if you're already in a committed relationship, know here in the Younger Man that this can just be an inspiration. This can just be be a business partner who you're working with whom you bounce off and share ideas. Next up, we've got the fair woman. So dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. Is this kind of like a love triangle situation, group number one? Just kidding. I mean, it may be, but do know here within the fair woman that this person plays an important integral role in the next big changes in your life as well. This fair woman is someone with whom you can spend a lighthearted, carefree time. So think a friend or someone who is, for example, an accountant, a lawyer, someone here who works in a space of serving justice, okay, of trying to ensure that justice is served, someone who works in the legal system or for the government, with whom you have an amazing relationship or friendship, either like a business relationship or, as already mentioned, a friendship that transcends just business. Next up, we've got the leg. The leg is all about stepping into a new experience. So I do see here that this is a one-of-a-kind relationship with the younger man, because this is not the type of relationship that you have experienced before. This is a completely new experience. We talked about how it's going to increase material wealth and spiritual growth for you. So this is a really positive, unexpected change coming towards you. Don't write this person off before you've gotten to know them, as I can definitely see that they're stepping into your life with the potential to change your outlook and your life for the better, group number one. So this is part one of your reading that I received for you. If you enjoyed it and made it all the way to the end, make sure you leave a little fish emoji down below in the comment section to let me and others know. Furthermore, don't forget to now watch the second and even more personalized part of your prediction. All of the gift numbers are linked in the description box, and if you're unsure of your gift number, the video where I explain to you exactly how you can find your gift number is also linked in the description box, so feel free to watch that, figure out your gift number, then come back here in order to receive the second and even more personalized part of your reading. So I'll catch you during part two of your prediction. Hello, group number two, and welcome to your reading about all of the big unforeseen changes that are coming towards you next. You chose the Prism Oracle deck as well as the Rainbow Fluorite to help guide you. Let's first do a close-up of the crystal of your choice. This is the beautiful Rainbow Fluorite. Honestly, my lighting here doesn't even do it justice. This is such a absolutely stunning crystal. So this is a crystal that brings you more clarity as well as grounding energy, which may be why you felt drawn to it. But let's move into your reading to figure out exactly what you need to know in regards to the big upcoming life changes for you. We've got sweetness as well as surrender. Group number two, surrender to having fun. I can see here that you maybe say no more often than you really should. So think of friends asking you to come out for an amazing dinner, for an experience. Maybe there's a family member who wants to go traveling with you, or even a lover who is trying to entice you to try out a new experience. I see here that it's time for you to surrender and to experience the sweetness of what it's like to go on more adventures and say yes to more things. Yeah, it is important for you to ensure that you have the financial means to do all of these things. It is important for you to invest time into work, but at the same time, you also need to live a life, group number two. And I see that the next big unexpected changes have to do with you saying yes more often. In consciousness, I want you to also understand that you can greatly expand your consciousness by allowing yourself to experience new things and by being surrounded by like-minded people who also are in the mindset of wanting to, of course, create stability for themselves in their life, but also live and experience life. Of course, we only have one life. You don't have a backup. So it's important that you live life to the fullest to an extent that you can say to yourself, if tomorrow were my last day, would I change anything? And the answer would hopefully be no. So live life in every moment consciously. That way life will also go by more slowly and in a manner that's super sweet. You're learning more and more how to do that, group number 2, and that's just a really exciting thing to see showing up for you and to see as an upcoming change that's happening in your life. Next up, the 3 of Pentacles shows me that you're going to kind of get together with other people to discuss business ideas and maybe even start a new business with someone. And the 3 of Pentacles is also a card that shows collaboration and working together. Surrounded by the other cards that you've received so far, it does show that this is going to be a prosperous idea and business relationship, and that you're most likely going to be able to do something that you're proud of with these people with whom you're collaborating. Next up, we've got the 10 of Wands, which shows me that you're carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders, group number 2. So again, be really conscious of this and remind yourself that if you stay for too long in this 10 of Wands situation, that you will burn out. Even if you think you're invincible, the day will come. Even the greatest of us have burnt out, and even the ones who have said to themselves, I'm never going to burn out, I would notice before I burn out. That's what makes it so dangerous, group number 2, and that's why you have to ensure that you also learn to delegate. With the 10 of Wands, the consciousness card, sweetness, as well as the 3 of Pentacles, delegate some tasks to other people, delegate some tasks to people who are better at those tasks than you are, because chances are you can't do everything, and spreading yourself too thin, there's no point. So if you work in a business or you own your own business, it can be so helpful not only to restore work-life balance, but also to accomplish more in the business. With me, for example, group number 2, I like to delegate things such as emails and email campaigns from my company BoLife to other people who are better at doing those things, who have the time to do it, who want to do it, rather than piling so much on my plate that I'm working 7 days a week, 16-hour days. That's not sustainable or healthy. I mean, we all have times in which maybe there's no other way than to do that, but I can see that the next big changes for you are going towards health and emotional well-being, group number 2. So focus on that. The King of Pentacles shows me here that you'll have the means to do so, and that's often the question, right? That's often where things get a little difficult and critical, and where a lot of us fail to delegate tasks because we don't know if we can afford to do that. We don't know if we're able to pay others. Well, often outsourcing is actually something that allows for your brain to come up with more fresh ideas and allows you to actually be more successful in your ventures in the earthly realms, rather than doing everything yourself and constantly operating with zero energy and with your tank being near empty. I see here in the 2 of Cups that the more you delegate and the more conscious you become of your time and your energy, the more time you'll have for some sweet romance, group number 2, as you can see here in the 2 of Cups card. Of course, this tarot deck is a little bit darker, if you will, but you get the idea from the 2 of Cups. You see what's going on here. It's a romantic situation, and we can appreciate that even if these beings don't look like we do. And I can see that a big change coming up for you is more time for that romantic love and being on the same page with someone when it comes to money and business, and when it comes to material wealth, but also emotional health, wealth, and well-being. That's what I see here in connectivity to the King of Pentacles. And once you've found that person and you're sure of them, you will be able to consciously surrender to that relationship, because you just know it feels good, and you'll be able to enjoy all of the sweetness of it while also collaborating with that person on working on your future together. Next up, we've got the 8 of Swords. So self-sabotage, that's really your biggest danger, if you will, group number 2, self-sabotaging, overthinking, your own anxiety. Maybe there are even some struggles that you have, such as depression or ADHD or an eating disorder that you're battling with, that you're trying to get over and trying to get under control. So it's important for you to know here in the Eight of Swords when to ask for external help and to not be too proud to do so, and also don't be too cheap to do so, because I see here in the King of Pentacles that there can be some Scrooge McDuck vibes here, group number 2, of you not wanting to spend that money on yourself, but this is money well spent, group number 2. Bear that in mind. Just at least try it, at least make an appointment, whether it's for a massage, whether it's for a wellness day, or to go to therapy. Help yourself in some way, shape, or form, especially if you have the means to do so. Next up, we've got space. So group 2, as a next big unforeseen change that's coming for you, it's like this abyss. It's like this huge blackness of all of a sudden having space and time, and having created this situation where your work-life balance is more restored than ever before. But now with all this spare time, it's like you don't know what to do. That's what I can see here in space and within the rest of your reading. I see that an important thing for you to focus on, and just as a little idea that the universe is giving you on what you can do in this instance, is to cleanse your space, to clean up, to reorganize, but also take time to just cleanse your mind. And by cleansing your mind, I mean meditating. There are so many CEOs, athletes, authors, creatives, just so many people on this planet who you admire, who meditate on a daily basis or at least a weekly basis, and use that in order to clear clutter from their minds and create an environment in which they can come up with new ideas, in which they can be creative and feel free, feel like they're not allowing for things to just live rent-free in their heads forever. Next up, we've got the Five of Wands. So I do see some resistance here. So as the next big change, this isn't just going to be an easy transition from being a bit of a workaholic, that's what I see here in the Ten of Wands, to finding a good balance for yourself. There's definitely going to be you resisting the change, worrying, trying to self-sabotage by telling yourself, well, if I don't do it, who else will do it as well as I do? Well, if I'm not doing it, I don't know if someone else will properly care. So there is a little bit of that resistance that I can also see in the King of Swords show up. You're someone who is rational and logical, or very rational and logical. Not always, because you're also an intuitive wild being, but you also like to pay attention to facts. And that's where I can see in the King of Swords that it's important for you to also be inspired by other people and others who have been able to delegate tasks, others who you look up to in business, or creatives that you find really inspiring. If they can just focus on their craft and what they're best at and allow for other people to do things that don't really matter as much, then trust me, so can you. They've all been through the struggles that you've been through, and they have had to allow for big changes to come and take over and revamp their lives to get to where they are today. So if someone can do a task that you are usually in charge of, say 80% how you would do it or 90% how you would do it, and it frees up 100% of your time, that's a power move, group number 2. That is a boss move. Allow for that to happen so it frees up time for you to live life, to maybe be able to make more money or spend more time with a lover, a friend, a family member, and to make the most of your life. You were not born to simply just work and simply just be busy. Next up, we've got the dog. Far away. This is a symbol of a distant friend that is thinking of you. Make time for that friend, call them up. I can think of one right now, group number 2. So do know here within the dog far away that there's most likely someone whose messages or calls that you've maybe dodged or haven't gotten back to in a while, and you're being reminded within this reading, if you're thinking of that person right now, leave a little dog emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know, but also to vow that once you're done receiving your reading, you're going to do the first task that the universe has given you, the first task that you can do right now in order to allow for these big changes that are good ones to impact your life. So open that gateway by reconnecting with a distant friend. Next up, we've got the mice. So in the mice, I can see some discord among friends or family. So that's maybe something that this person wants to talk to you about. They're kind of going through a difficult time, and you can be there to support them and to just give them a little bit of a helping hand or a shoulder to lean on. The apple shows me some temptation testing you, and this temptation is going to come to you in form of, again, asking yourself if you really want to spend that extra money. Like, for example, one thing that I've started doing, group number 2, and it took a lot for me to get to this point, is to order some meals that are healthy, seasonal, locally sourced, and cooked, prepared right here in Switzerland, and delivered to my doorstep, so I don't have to cook every single meal 3 times a day from scratch, and I can save myself the time cooking, going to the grocery store, as well as cleaning up afterwards. And these meals are maybe a little bit more expensive than doing it from scratch, but you know, there was still the temptation there, asking myself, well, I should maybe be more frugal and still just do it myself. But it's important, group number 2, not to fall back into that cycle, because you can't do everything. You can't cook 3 healthy meals a day, be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, do your own laundry, clean your home, take your dogs for walks, have an amazing social life and relationship, while still ensuring that you're working out and that you're going to therapy, being healthy, all of those things. It's just not possible, group number 2. You're just one person, so try to not be tempted to fall back into old ways of simply trying to manage everything. If you can let someone else help you and alleviate some tasks, some stresses from your life, do that, group number 2. Next up, we've got the bag. I can see here in the bag there's something important, such as a new job or a raise that you're being made aware of, and I can see that this is a big unforeseen change coming towards you. Just as in many songs, you know, getting that bag is something that I see that you didn't expect. It goes together beautifully with the King of Pentacles, as the King of Pentacles is the king of the earthly realms. The suit of Pentacles is the suit of money, wealth, also mental health. And I do want you to know here within the bag and the King of Pentacles that you're definitely increasing your wealth and your comfort in that area of your life, which you maybe did not expect, but look forward to it, group number 2. This is some amazing news that's coming towards you. Let's move a little further into your reading, shall we? We've got King Neptune. In King Neptune, I can see some sensitivity here, and the sensitivity is coming up whenever you realize, oh, I still have some blockages, I still have some ancestral trauma that I maybe need to work through, and listening to that friend who you will call after you received your readings, group number 2, and who you will reach out to after hearing from them and figuring out what they're going through. You can kind of apply that to your own life, your own family situation, and you will realize that we're in a sense all the same. We all have similar problems, whether someone is a celebrity or someone is a multi-billionaire. We all still struggle with the same things because we're human at the end of the day, and it doesn't matter how little or how much you have or how remote that your life seems to be from the rest of the world. And King Neptune shows me that becoming sensitive to some of these human things and traits that interconnect us all is definitely opening up a gateway to more understanding, not only for others, but also for yourself, and simply being a little bit more kind to yourself. Next up, we've got Hecate. I can see here that there is some past life healing that's going on. We did talk about generational trauma, as well as understanding here that it's okay to notice that you still have some things that you need to work on or go through or work through, group number 2. And I do want you to know that some big changes coming for you is finally being able to dissolve some of these traumas and finally being able to do some past life healing. So if you went through the same very painful cycle in a past life, such as experiencing an excruciating death or constantly trusting people who would backstab you in the worst way, I see that you are able to heal some of that trauma and be the one to break that cycle. In Dryad, I want you to understand here that protecting your energy still during all times is important, group number 2. So never rely too much on other people to protect you. It's always important that you still are able to take care of yourself and protect yourself, which is why I again just need to emphasize that spending that extra money on taking care of yourself, be it through therapy or getting a massage, just doing nice things for yourself that make you feel good about your existence and make you feel like you're taking care of yourself, a way how you know you can reset and that gives you strength. Those are some important habits for you to cultivate and have and allow yourself to spend some money on. In Kalima, we've got spiritual transformation. Spiritual transformation is something that takes place, I'd say constantly, but it's happening in a really big way for you in the next couple of weeks and months. It is part of the next big unforeseen changes that are coming towards you, and that's definitely going to be a lot with upgrading your life, with the transformation of your mindset when it comes to material wealth and time and the management and handling of your time, group number 2. And I do see here within Lilith that you will be facing some of your shadows, some of the things that you didn't want to face. Like if you grew up surrounded by parents or grandparents who were very, very frugal, not necessarily because they were super poor or anything. I mean, it could have been, but doesn't have to be, but more because that was just their mindset. And now you catch yourself making your life difficult unnecessarily just because you want to be super frugal to the point that it doesn't really make sense. You will definitely be facing some shadows there and a little bit of backlash trying to get out of that cycle, a little bit of your body kind of not wanting to do it because you're used to that. Next up, we've got Rhiannon. So in Rhiannon, I can see that your inner strength is going to be required and needed and used in order to be able to work through some of these big unexpected changes that you have coming for you, group number 2. We definitely have a lot of changes here that will serve you ultimately, group number 2. So we're at the end of part 1 of your prediction. Make sure that you scroll down into the description box, click part 2 of your reading, as well as don't forget to leave that dog emoji down below in the comment section to let me and others know that you're here. And as mentioned in the intro, part 2 of your prediction is based on your gift number, and if you have not discovered your gift number yet and you don't know what it means, the video is linked down below in the description box as well, where I explain to you exactly how to calculate your gift number, what it means, so you can figure that out and then come back to receive part 2 of your reading. So group 2, I'll speak to you during part 2 of your prediction. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to the first part of your reading. You chose the Aquamarine in connectivity to the Green Witch Oracle deck in order to guide you when figuring out the next big unforeseen changes that are coming towards you. Let's first do a close-up of the crystal of your choice. This is the beautiful Aquamarine. This is a very calming stone that is especially nurturing for fire signs or anyone who suffers from anxiety and levels of stress that can be hard to manage. So that's maybe why you felt drawn to the stone, because really what you need is a little bit of de-stressing and recuperation and literally just relaxing. First up, we've got the marigold. So in the marigold, I can see that some next big unexpected changes coming towards you have to do with a big increase in positivity that you absolutely did not expect. So maybe you're going through a tough time right now, group number 3, and it feels as though things will never let up. but the marigold definitely foreshadows that there is a huge influx of positivity that's coming your way. Next up, we've got the cucumber. The cucumber shows me that you will have a very emotional response to this. So think to yourself as going through a dark time, a dark tunnel, and all of a sudden you see this light, and this light could be a person, it could be an organization, it could be your job. I can see here that that will evoke some immense emotions that make you feel like crying, but happy tears, if you know what I mean, group number 3. So this positivity means a lot to you that's unexpectedly coming towards you soon. We also have the number 40 with the marigold and the number 4 with the cucumber, which are important numbers for you to keep in mind, okay? So the number 4 has already occurred twice. Let's move on with your reading. We've got the orange next. In the orange, I can see here that will increase your energy. You just need some positive news. You need that positive emotional response in order to feel energetically revived and revitalized. Sometimes we just need that person on our side and in our corner, that little piece of positive information that can transform our entire day and existence into something way better than it was before. Moving further into your reading, we've got the basil, which shows that it's important for you to trust group number 3, that things are going to get better and that there is healing ahead for you. And by healing, I mean not feeling as though you have to go through tough times alone, and understanding here that this positivity is assured for you. It's going to be an unexpected change, an unexpected positive change for you, group number 3, but nevertheless, it's coming, and I can see here that you won't even believe how lucky you are that this change is coming your way, and it will feel as though it's just an amazing dream that you don't want to wake up from. Let's move further into your reading, group 3, to see what else is coming towards you next. So we've got Kuan Yin. I can see in Kuan Yin that the next big change has a lot to do with kindness and nurturing. You maybe didn't expect for other people or for the world to still have such kind, nurturing souls, but you will be proven wrong. You will be proven that there are still really good people in this world. I can see here within Inanna that it's important for you to also believe in yourself. And pairing that up with the orange, group number 3, I can see that an unexpected change for you is also just how much more energetically full that you're going to feel. So if you've ever struggled from feeling as though you lack energy, group number 3, you physically lack energy, like you're lethargic very often and tired, and you don't know why. Maybe you exercise and you eat fairly healthily, but you just can't seem to figure out why you feel kind of very tired and always like you could simply sleep all day and take a nap any time of day. I do want you to know here in the Inanna card, as well as the orange and the marigold, that sometimes your mental health really does have that physical effect that we wouldn't expect, right? You may think that there's something physically wrong with you, which you should always get checked out. You may be lacking something like iron or vitamin B12, which are essential for you to feel energized. But it may also be that you're just emotionally worn out, and that's making you feel really tired. But in Inanna, I see that the positive news, the positive changes that are coming towards you have everything to do with you increasing your confidence and you believing in yourself. And that is increasing your energy, because now you have something to look forward to when you wake up in the morning. You're not dreading getting out of bed. You're excited for the day because you believe in yourself and everything that you're able to accomplish. Next up, we've got Mary Magdalene. In Mary Magdalene, I can see a sacred marriage, and this could, of course, indicate that there is an unexpected marriage that's coming towards your life, a positive one, an unexpected change here that allows you to believe in yourself and your choices and your ability to attract love and experience love and be worthy of love. But do also know here that this sacred marriage could be a spiritual one, a sacred marriage between believing in yourself and understanding that that gives you energy, that is something that can affect you physically as well. Next up, we've got Lilith. In Lilith, I can see here that you will be facing your shadows. This is a change that's coming towards you. There are some shadows here that need to be faced that you maybe have not had the courage to look at, but I do see here that these shadows have to do with the next big unforeseen changes that are coming towards you. And the more that you kind of pay attention to your shadow self, or the side of yourself that you maybe struggle to accept and cope with, the more you will actually find that you're learning kindness and nurturing. Because the more that you're kind of fighting that side of yourself, the less you're actually getting anywhere, right? Group number 3. So it is very important for you to be kind and nurturing to yourself if you want to get literally anywhere in this lifetime. And that's one thing that I can see here being taught to you. Let's move further into your reading so we can see more of these next big unforeseen changes coming towards you in the first part of your prediction. Leave an orange emoji down below in the comment section to let me and others know, group number 3, that you're here, that you belong to group number 3, and that you're receiving your reading. Next up, we've got trust again. We already had trust in the basil, right? Here we go, group number 3, just to jog your mind. So in trust, it is very important that you believe in these unforeseen changes being positive ones, that you believe that what's coming towards you next is actually going to be like a saving grace. It's actually going to lift you up from a place where you maybe felt dark and low and like you didn't know what to do next and where to go next. So trust is important, because if you don't believe in the positive side, if you don't believe that something good can happen, then of course you are simply pushing good things away and energetically repelling them. I can see here within magic that what's going to come towards your life next, this unexpected change and incident, is going to make you believe in magic, or believe in magic again. I feel as though as kids we often believe in magic and things that as adults we think cannot be real. And, somewhere along the line, we kind of lose believing in that, because society teaches us that if something can't be explained, it can't be real, or if something hasn't been seen or done before or documented, then it's just hocus pocus. But literally here in magic, I can see some real hocus pocus happening for you, some real magic coming your way that you absolutely did not expect. Like, those moments where you ask yourself, okay, what can I do now to shift my life, to make things better? I so dearly wish for a sign from the universe on what to do next. And all of a sudden, a person appears who you've maybe never met before, giving you a piece of information that you needed, and all of a sudden they disappear. And it's like magic, like an angel that came into your life just to help you in a difficult life situation and then left again. And you know that it wasn't a coincidence. You know that meeting that person, or just receiving that email, that phone call, that piece of news that you needed to brighten up your entire day, month, and life, that was meant to be, that there's a deeper meaning there. That's what I see here within magic, as well as trust. Next up, we've got abundance. So you've really got a super positive reading, group number 3. I can see that the next big unforeseen changes coming for you are definitely also going to help you financially when it comes to material wealth, when it comes to your possessions, when it comes to being able to pay for food, rent, your upkeep, insurances, things like that. I see that here in the abundance card magically becoming easier and appearing with what's coming next for you. I do see here within passion that you have to passionately trust. So the universe is giving you very clear insight and advice on what to do, how to feel, how to trust. So it is important for you, group number 3, to not only trust that something good can and will happen for you, but to passionately believe in it. Not just saying, okay, sure, I trust, but actually saying to yourself, yes, I deserve good things. I believe that amazing things will happen for me next, and I trust in this. I'm looking forward to it. I am excited about it. I feel passionate about my life moving forward. That's what I see is important here within passion. If you can, write it down. That's a really great way to document your emotions and your feelings. I can see within the hat that you will be playing a different role. So an unexpected change is that your role in life is going to all of a sudden be very different. It's not going to be the same. And maybe you only know the role of being a student or a worker at a certain job, maybe a daughter or a son, a sister to someone, a best friend, and all of a sudden your role and your main purpose in life is going to change. And I can see here in playing a different role that may also have to do with a different type of responsibility coming your way. We have the harp, so you will be very happy to take on this role. Think of someone who identifies or has their role in just living their life, being a daughter, and that person all of a sudden becomes a mother, and that's something that they've always wanted. This will invoke great happiness, right? As well as in the hat, them wearing a different type of hat and playing a different role in life. This is, of course, just an example to make you understand what is meant here with the hat and the harp and what is coming towards you. But it, of course, it doesn't have to have anything to do with children. It's just to give you an example of what that emotion will feel like. I see here within the bag that there's something important, such as a new job or a raise that's unexpectedly coming towards you. This moves in super beautifully here with the abundance card and what we were talking about in the earthly realms. So this fits in beautifully within your reading, group number 3. And it is really that extra confirmation that your abundance card isn't just a random card that appeared out of the deck. These tea leaf fortune cards, there are 200 cards within this deck. So the chances of you receiving the bag as well as the abundance card within your reading, both together right here, this is a sign group number 3. Next up, we've got the box. In the box, I can see that you'll receive a gift, and this gift definitely also has to do with this material abundance increase that we have here. So the gift of a promotion, of a raise, of just having some sort of extra abundance come your way that you didn't expect and that you maybe also didn't necessarily work for. So working for a raise is, of course, something that you can't really put a price tag on. But I mean, having like some extra benefits that you didn't expect and that nobody really had to give you, but you still received it as a gift, if you know what I mean, group 3. Next up, we've got the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords here shows me that there's definitely some overthinking that is still going on for you though. So keep in mind here that trusting and making sure that you are able to rest assured in trusting that good things will happen for you. That is a really integral part of your success, because if you don't believe in yourself, then of course it will be hard for others to believe in you. You will be able to find some good souls out there who will still believe in you and your success, but it is important that you first and foremost believe in yourself. The Justice card shows me here that it's important that you do yourself justice and that you keep in mind here that you need to take credit where credit is due. You need to own all of the great work that you've put in this lifetime, and that is an important part of believing in yourself and of also giving yourself the benefit of the doubt, allowing yourself to have this feeling of deserving. The 8 of Swords shows me here that there is sometimes some guilt. It's almost as though you feel like you owe other people an explanation, or you owe it to others to share all of your success with them, whether that be your money, your time, just overall the things that you have learned, like sharing some knowledge that took you many years, hardships, money, and just overall stress to acquire, feeling as though other people should be able to get that information from you for free. But that is not the case, group number 3. It's important for you to also focus on ensuring that if you spent a lot of time and energy acquiring a certain skill, it is okay for you to charge money for it and to get paid for it so you can live as well. Whether you spent years studying at university, or you have some sort of skill that you taught yourself, like carpentry or maybe drawing, it is important for you to receive reimbursement if you are kind of giving someone a service, if you will. So that is one thing that I can see you need to take ownership of, and that you definitely need to allow yourself to feel comfortable in. Just as I don't expect any artists of the tarot decks that I have created to work for free, don't feel as though other people expect you to work for free either, group number 3, because if people really value your art, just as I valued my beautiful illustrator Erica's depictions here, they will pay for your time and your efforts. I can see here within the Lovers card that the next big unforeseen change coming towards you is within your private life, your romantic life. The Lovers card shows love that has nothing to do with gender or race, that is just simply pure love. And having that here in connectivity to Mary Magdalene being in your reading does show me some twin flame or soulmate connection that you didn't expect and that you didn't see coming, that is going to surprise you in a really magical way. The Ace of Wands shows me that You are filled with ideas, you're filled with innovation, and this is something that makes you super attractive and that I can see here connecting to the lovers that your potential romantic partner really loves in you. The Queen of Wands shows me some strong fire sign energy, as the Suit of Wands corresponds to the element of fire, which represents Leo's, Aries, as well as Sagittarius babies. So this is maybe an indication of the person who you're meant to be in a romantic connection with in an unforeseen way, what type of sign they belong to, and what type of element is prevalent within their birth chart. So see all of this as bits and pieces of information that you were meant to receive for the next big unforeseen changes that are coming your way. This is, however, only the first part of your prediction. In order to receive the second part of your reading, make sure that you refer to your gift number. I have the video linked below that you can watch in order to find your gift number. This is a really fun and easy technique to figure out more numbers within your numerology chart. So make sure that if you don't know your gift number, you watch that video and then come back here, click the timestamp for the second part of your prediction, which is based on your gift number, and I'll catch you over there, group number 3. Hello, group number 4, and welcome to your reading. You chose the Tarot of the Divine in connectivity to the Rose Quartz crystal to help guide you through figuring out exactly what the next big unexpected changes that are coming towards you are. This is the beautiful Rose Quartz crystal. This is a crystal of love as well as friendship, so I highly recommend wearing this crystal in jewelry or infusing your water with rose quartz energy. Do make sure that you check out my store for rose quartz related products if you want to increase the energies of love and friendships within your life. But let's move into your reading in order to figure out exactly what the next big unexpected changes are which are coming towards you. So first up, we've got the Six of Wands, group number 4. The Six of Wands is an indication that you will be triumphant. So this is an unexpected victory that is coming towards you. So if there's an area of your life that you have felt a little bit insecure about, or you were never really sure, group number 4, whether you would be victorious at getting that promotion, at starting your own business, at successfully launching a blog or your own YouTube channel, do know here in the Six of Wands that there will be many unexpected victories that you are able to enjoy next. The Ace of Coins shows me that it's a new beginning when it comes to business, when it comes to your financial standpoint, as well as your security. This is also a new start to your mental health and physical well-being. The Ace of Coins and the Six of Wands show me here that an unexpected change that's coming towards you that has to do with a passion project and something that you've always loved, but we're never quite sure if your skills were good enough, is actually going to turn into the start of something that could be very lucrative for you. The Ten of Cups shows me some well-being coming towards you that is unexpected, that shows you are so happy, so content with your life. The Ten of Cups represents the Ten of Water, as the Suit of Cups does correspond to the element of water, and the Ten of Cups is a highly favorable card. As you can see here, it shows family, togetherness, a strong bond, love, respect, as well as adoration. So I do see here in the Ten of Cups that a fantasy that you may have about your love life or your family life is going to come true in an unexpected way. So your reading, group number 4, is already a very positive one. The likelihood of the Ten of Cups, the Six of Wands, and the Ace of Coins to show up in your reading right off the bat, just from this deck that has 78 different cards, that likelihood is really small. So do know here that we're off to an amazing start. I can see here within the Devil that you're going to triumphantly be able to overcome any temptations that you may have had in the past. So you may have gone through a period of addiction, and I do not only mean addiction in terms of substances and things like that. I also mean behavioral addiction. Some of us can get addicted to gossip, to talking about others, to negativity, to complaining about life. And I see here with the Six of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and the Ace of Coins that it shows you'll be able to overcome that. You'll be triumphant in overcoming that, and you're not going to ever really look back. So you have once and for all been able to overcome these demons, these little devils that you may have battled with in the past. I see here in the Wheel of Fortune that positive things that you have set into motion are going to continue onward. Swords. They're going to continue to grow, to thrive. They're going to continue to generate lots of amazing fruit that you can harvest, that you can enjoy. And overall in life, I can see here with the Ace of Coins and the Wheel of Fortune that you're really on to something, group number 4. And the next big unforeseen changes are changes that you should embrace and lean into. The Queen of Swords shows me here that you have to be really cutthroat and honest. So if you're thinking of moving into a business deal with another person or just overall starting a business, you're going to have to be very conscious of your time and your energy. So one thing that I can definitely see here with the 10 of Cups is that it is essential that you still make time for friends and family and loved ones, and that you don't sacrifice time from that area of your life in order to work. Furthermore, your time and your energies and your efforts are not free, so charge accordingly. If you have some sort of service to offer, whether that is an artistic one or whether that is one such as doing accounting or teaching people things, do know here in the Queen of Swords, it is important for you to charge an amount that makes you feel comfortable. Don't undervalue yourself. Don't feel as though you have to charge less just in order to make other people feel more comfortable. It is important for your morale as well as your mental health and well-being that you ensure that you feel comfortable with what type of price that you're putting on your services, your know-how, and the value that you're putting out into the world, that you're providing for others. Leah shows me to stand your ground even if people try to make you feel as though your services aren't worth that amount of money. Do know here within Leah that this is a sign from your guides and the universe that your life will change the moment you start to stand your ground when it comes to valuing your time as well as your skills. Of course, there will always be people who don't want to pay the price that is just put on products that you're able to offer, whether again that is you repairing something, teaching something, maybe there's a physical product that you've come up with, maybe you have a blog or a YouTube channel and someone wants a shout out. It is important for you to stand your ground, set your price, and even if people try to haggle, try to negotiate or tell you, oh well, I don't really know if you're worth it, that should even more so make you dig your heels into the ground and stand your ground and understand here that budging only will allow for them and also for you in your psyche to understand that you don't really believe that you're worth the price that you set out, that you know that you're the most comfortable with. So stick to the price that you put on the things that you're offering. The same goes for pay, the same goes for how much your salary is, and make sure that you embrace that Thoth energy, that divine masculine of taking, of understanding that yes, there will always be someone who is willing to undersell or undervalue themselves, but then their clients are simply not for you. You want to work with people who appreciate you as well as your craftsmanship and what you have to offer, and people who respect that. And that's why it's also so important for me, group number 4, whenever I'm creating a tarot deck or an oracle deck or literally anything where I work with an artist, to not try to negotiate their price. It is important for me for them to feel valued and for them to want to go the extra mile because they know that their bills are being paid and they know that I appreciate what it is that they're putting out there, the creativity that they put into their work, the love, and that I'm not simply looking past that and trying to get things for as cheaply as possible. So keep in mind there are people like me out there. You simply need to find them. Next up, we've got the Judgment card. In the Judgment card, I can see that it is so essential for you to also not critique yourself too hard. I can see that the next big unforeseen changes have a lot to do with an increase and an influx in your flexibility in life, because when you're able to make enough money to not have to stress about everything, you're a lot more flexible. You can schedule things around your work because you have some free time, because you're not constantly constantly just working your tail off. Therefore, understand within judgment that in order to be able to make time for yourself, you have to quit judging yourself and your accomplishments as well as your work so that you can simply focus on doing work. The King of Cups shows me here someone who is a water sign, as the Suit of Cups corresponds to the element of water. So think Scorpio, think Cancerian, and also Pisces. The King of Cups shows masculine energy, which is a great contrast to the divine feminine energy that we actually have within the Suit of Cups, which is a feminine suit, but the King, of course, shows that masculine energy. Having that here with the Thoth card does show me that your divine masculine is important, and for you to not neglect it, to not just be dreamy about life, but to also take action and take a little bit of inspiration from this King of Cups personality, who on one side is definitely caring, but on the other hand also knows what they want and is going to go after it and does not mix business with pleasure. Next up, we've got the Nine of Wands, group number 4. The Nine of Wands shows me here that a next big unforeseen change coming towards you is that you're actually going to notice that you haven't been taking as good care of yourself physically as you maybe should have. I see here in the Nine of Wands there is this little pain or ache. You may already be aware of it. If there are, for example, some physical exercises that you need to do to prevent yourself from having a sore back or prevent yourself from feeling just overall not your best, and you haven't been doing that, or you haven't been taking your vitamins, group number 4, not to call you out, but you know, we're trying to call you out in the best possible way on this channel. Do know here in the Nine of Wands that it does not go unnoticed by your body and also your soul, your psyche. Do know here in the Nine of Wands that you will feel it. There will be some repercussions. That doesn't mean that those repercussions have to be particularly bad or scary, but you will feel that you haven't been keeping up with your health if you continue to neglect it. The Hanged Man shows me here that of course it's easier for you to stay complacent, and I can see here in the next big unforeseen changes that are coming towards you that complacency is definitely an option that you're looking at, and you may actually feel kind of a little bit helpless as soon as you come to the realization like, oh, I should have been keeping up with my vitamins, my health, my exercises, but I haven't really been doing that. I haven't been meditating, and now my mental health is in a little bit of a difficult spot. But try to get yourself out of that place of stagnation. Do know in the Hanged Man that while it may be tempting to go that route, it is not the best possible route for you, group number 4. I can see here within Sedna that there's always enough way, a plethora of ways how you can get yourself back to an optimal condition and optimal health, but it is important that you dedicate time towards it and that you don't just allow yourself to feel helpless, okay? There is always a way how you can help yourself, even if it's in the smallest way possible. Do that for yourself because you have so many great things going for you, group number 4. So don't focus on a little thing that you maybe neglected or didn't have time for because life was just going so amazingly well. And that's often the case, right? When things are going well, we forget to stick to our routines. We forget to work out or eat healthily or take our vitamins because, well, life is going so amazingly well. Everything is so awesome. What do I need vitamins for? I'm just literally jumping out of bed with vitality, joy, and energy. I don't need that. And then when a slump comes or you kind of crash for whatever reason because of your body's natural cycles, or maybe you're just going through a little phase of feeling blue, you will wish, or you will have wished that you'd taken better care during those times where everything was fine and dandy. The same also goes for saving. Make sure that you put money aside. I see here in the Ace of Coins that investing everything in one business opportunity or putting everything, all of your eggs just in one basket, that is not to be advised here, and it is important for you to already think ahead for rainy days, not just focus on the fact that the next big changes coming towards you are all awesome, but make sure that this is a time how you can build yourself up to overcome the next rough patch really quickly and with ease, because as a human being, life, of course, always has cycles. So while on one hand, being sensitive to the fact that there may be a down and paying attention to the next difficult spot that may show up in your life and when that shows up, so you can in the future avoid that from happening. It's also important for you, of course, to be sensitive to the fact that enjoying the moment and enjoying all of the amazing opportunities that are coming towards you next is also just as important, right? So when things are going amazingly well, group number 4, don't focus on when the next downfall is or when the next difficult situation comes your way, but simply take the energy that you have here and think ahead, okay? Put some money into a savings account, into a retirement fund. Kind of give yourself time to research how you can create financial stability in the long run, as well as continued health and mobility in your physical body to the best of your degree and the best of your abilities, because not everybody is able-bodied, but you can still take amazing care of yourself depending on your situation and according to what your needs are and what your capabilities are. I can see here in Hecate that there's some past life healing that's going on. I see here in connectivity to the devil that some of this past life trauma may try to resurface. So if, for example, in a past life you had a very difficult childhood or existence, maybe you suffered through really traumatic illnesses and situations, I see here in Hecate that there's definitely some healing that may be going on that makes you feel really sensitive. So if you, for example, see someone with a very specific condition or illness or just mental disorder, it may make you feel really sensitive and really emotional, not because it is directly affecting you at this moment, but there's just something in you that makes you feel really bad for them and makes you want to help them. That is often an indication of something that has affected you deeply in a past life, when you just can't explain why you have a soft spot for something or for a specific situation that is difficult. So do know here that whenever you're going through that type of emotional situation, you're actually doing some healing, you're coming to terms with it, and you're also understanding that you can avoid that being your fate moving forward to some degree. I can see here within Ra, it's time for you to share your gifts, group number 4. The next big unforeseen changes that are coming towards you have a lot to do with you opening up more to the world and sharing your gifts, being unafraid. And this is something that I highly recommend, okay? So 10 out of 10 Vanessas would recommend this. Sharing your gift online as well. Like with me, I felt really nervous when I uploaded my first pick a card reading because I was scared. I didn't know what people would say, and of course you don't want to be judged. But I do want you to know here within Ra that it is important for you to find the courage to still share your gifts and the things that you're passionate about, and to understand here in the Devil that those thoughts of insecurities are of course here for self-preservation, but they're not necessary. Sedna shows me that there's always enough things for you to hold on to keep you going even through times where you're unsure about your gifts. And if you are kind of showing up in the right gift in this world, like for example, creating tarot readings on YouTube, maybe you're great at music and that's your gift. Maybe your gift is being highly empathetic and working with children or the elderly. Share your gift and understand that there are so many ways and so many different journeys that you can take on the path to following your mission and your gift that can make you feel comfortable again and make you feel as though, okay, sharing my gift was a good idea. I see here within the table that there's some hard work ahead of you that you maybe didn't quite expect. Here with sharing your gift, it does show that you're reaching new heights and new versions of success. The Dark Woman is an indication of dealings and relationships with a woman with dark complexion or hair. So this Dark Woman is going to play some sort of integral role within your future and the next big unforeseen changes that are coming towards you. This could be someone who kind of inspires you to share your gift and inspires you to put yourself out there. I see here in the Jug that they're definitely bringing a lighthearted and carefree time with them and allowing you to feel like less worrisome about sharing your gifts and exposing yourself in a way, and more like you have time to do that and that it's okay to do that, and that the people who you look up to the most are most likely people who have taken the risk and made themselves vulnerable by sharing their gifts. I see here in the casket that someone's going out of your life, or this is the end of a situation. This kind of really does make sense here with your past life healing that I see. Kind of having some of that trauma go out of your life. Some of those ancestors leave your life for good to go to a more peaceful place, not feeling like they're joining you every step of the way on your journey in pain. Because sometimes we carry with us the energies and souls of past ancestors, and the casket does show me here that some of them that have been restless, that have been in need of seeing you heal and seeing you not perpetuate the same maybe toxic cycle that they did, they're going to be super proud of seeing where you've gotten, and they will be able to go out of your life and finally be at a place of peace where you also no longer need their support. And it's almost like a spirit guide that can move on to a different realm, and a new spirit guide can come into your life to further lead you down the next route. Next up, we've got the desk. Pay attention to your work and pay attention to your workspace specifically. I see here in connectivity to King Neptune as well as the King of Cups that despite having this boss energy, some masculine energy here that is being embraced, I can see here that the next big unforeseen changes have a lot to do with how you organize your workspace, and how organizing your workspace in a way that flows properly can have a huge impact on your life moving forward, and will maybe even be able to finance a little vacation, group number 4. So keep in mind that the more productive you can be with your time, and the more you can find an amazing balance between having time for yourself but also working hard on your goals, and saving, putting some money into savings for the future, and putting some money away for trips and vacations and fun times, the more you will actually find here that just life flows really effortlessly when you find a good balance, and that opens up the possibilities to take vacations that you maybe didn't think were possible, to take some time off for yourself and to enjoy and relax. So group number 4, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed this first part of your prediction. Leave a little snake emoji down below in the comment section to let me and others know that you made it to the end of the first part of your reading. Now I have your second part of your prediction of your big changes coming towards you prepared for you. The timestamps are all down below. These readings are based on your gift number, as already mentioned. If you don't know what your gift number is, I have also linked the video below that allows you to find and discover your gift number and figure out what it means. So this is a number within your personal numerology chart. You have lots of different numbers in there that create a unique combination that is you, group number 4. So figure out your gift number using my links down below, and then of course come back here to receive the second and even more personalized part of your prediction, which is based on your gift number. Thank you so much for spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during your gift numbers prediction. Hello, gift number 0, and welcome to the second and even more personalized part of your prediction, where we figure out all of the next big unexpected changes that are coming towards you. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, we've got the Chariot, as well as the Devil. Okay, so all of my beautiful souls of gift number 0, in the Devil as well as the Wheel of Fortune, I can see some unexpected changes that are coming towards you that feel really tempting, that will have you propelled forward seemingly a lot more quickly. So think to yourself an amazing business opportunity, or what seems to be an amazing business opportunity, where you have to put in a lot less work, time, and effort in order to get up the social hierarchy a lot more quickly or make more money very quickly. But I do want to make you aware of the fact that this next big unforeseen change is not one that you should take. I can see that hard, honest work will always prevail as the best route to success, and you may actually end up with some setbacks. I see that here within the devil. If you partake in any business opportunities that just seem too good to be true, and that just seem like it's a little bit too easy, and that if it was legit, why wouldn't everyone be doing it? I can see here within the Empress that a next big unforeseen change that's coming towards you definitely also has to do with how you feel about family, how you feel about family planning yourself, and what type of future you want for yourself when it comes to your existence, living potentially with other people and potentially having your own family. I see here within the Six of Diamonds that there's definitely a lot of people who are hoping that you will be able to help them out in some way, shape, or form, and the Six of Diamonds here shows me a lot of generosity from you, which is an amazing character trait. I see with the Chariot, the Six of Diamonds, and the Wheel of Fortune that it seems as though the more you give, the more you receive. All of my gift number zeros. So instead of focusing on kind of bogus business ideas that someone may bring to you or that you may see floating around, I can see here in the Six of Diamonds that the more you focus on how you can provide others with value and with something that they can enjoy and actually make use of, the more you will see riches and financial success coming towards you. The King of Diamonds, okay, this brings a lot of transparency into your reading, gift number 0. So let me tell you what's going to happen here with the King of Diamonds, the Devil, and the Wheel of Fortune. I was talking to you about this business idea that actually isn't a good idea for you. And I do want you to know here within the Devil and the King of Diamonds, which is the king of the earthly realms who is not to be trusted, this is someone with a lot of masculine energy. They could identify as male. They're most likely older than you, so they have a little bit of that feel of authority, and they talk a really big game. I see that here with the Devil, and what they want to do is they want to get you into their situation so that you can work in order to make them richer, not in order for you to actually gain much from the situation, which is why it's so important for you to be careful with these unexpected business opportunities that come up and go with what feels right. If you're unsure about something or you don't see how it's supposed to benefit you, just simply thank the person and move on with your life, all of my beautiful gift number zeros, because it is not the opportunity for you. I see here within the Judgment card that using your sound judgment is super important, and also trusting that you know what the right thing is for you to do. After all, you've made it to this point in life, right, on this crazy planet Earth, and I do want you to know here in Judgment that you have everything within you to make sound decisions, but it is important for you to believe in that yourself as well. The Five of Cups shows me that they will thankfully not be victorious in their pitch to get you on board. This could be like a pyramid scheme, a multi-level marketing type of thing. That's a type of vibe that I get here from the King of Diamonds, the Devil, the Wheel of Fortune, as well as the Five of Cups. So it's best for you to just move on from even considering that and focus on things where you can make money or gain respect in a way that involves a little bit more transparent work. I see here within the Four of Coins that saving your money for a great opportunity is what will make you feel as though, yes, I did the right thing, because I see here with the Empress and the Four of Coins that something is taking shape, something is coming to this place of conception where if you invest in it, it is going to yield amazing results and benefits, and it's definitely going to be a fast track to the success that you're looking for, but not so fast like the King of Diamonds is trying to promise you, right? So anyone who makes any big wild promises about finances, stay far away from them, as I can see that this is the type of person that's going to try to enter your life moving forward that you didn't expect. but just block them out, all my beautiful gift number zeros. I see here with the Four of Coins, the Chariot, and the Empress that investing in something such as real estate, such as stocks, or for example, even your own business is definitely something that you'll be able to access and be able to do as long as you're very frugal with your money and you're smart with it. I see in the Knight of Wands that taking action in this way is something you've never done before, but it really feels right. So investing in yourself and also your education is something that I would recommend you continuously do, but I can see it's actually facilitating a next unexpected big change in your life that you did not foresee, that is actually a positive one. So rather than saving your money and putting it into a situation that feels a little bogus or feels a little bit like over promising, put it into yourself and the things that you've always wanted to do first. And I do see here in the Knight of Wands that you will be able to get somewhere and grab a foothold in a new area of finances, of financial growth very quickly. Next up, we've got the sweet corn. Rituals are important, habits are important. Having a certain set of things, of little rituals that you do day in and day out is definitely something that I can see here that will facilitate in big unforeseen changes that actually help you out and that help you become the person you've always wanted to be, who doesn't need handouts from others, but is actually the one who is able to give handouts to people who need it, because you are surrounded by so much that you are really wanting for nothing. We also have a card that popped right out of the pile, which is actually the broccoli, which speaks of leadership. The broccoli is all about putting yourself in a position of leading, of showing others what to do, how to get themselves out of a difficult situation. So I can definitely see some unforeseen changes when it comes to breaking generational curses. Maybe you're the first one to be this successful, to make this much money, to have family planning be something that you know you want to look into, but that you're maybe putting off till a lot later in life, which could be unusual in your community. So do know here within the broccoli, the sweet corn, and the Four of Coins that simply focusing on your career is what I can see next, and finding a lot of gratitude in that, because you understand how important it is to put in hard work and dedication, that there's no way around that, and you're very appreciative for the fact that your mindset is set up in that way, that you're not looking for quick, simple ways, dishonest ways to make money or kind of take from people who need it more and just put it in your pocket. I see in the pink rose that you're super grateful for the fact that you have an amazing work ethic that's built into you. The lemon shows me here that there is some cleansing that will happen for you. This is some unforeseen changes. Maybe in the past you would have kind of felt too shy or too bad to simply tell someone to quote unquote F off who's coming towards you with a business opportunity that is actually harmful to you, like for example a pyramid scheme. For anyone to even suggest that you put your time and your hard-earned money into that is definitely something that can be hurtful, especially if you did not expect that person to want to drag you into a situation like that. And that is where I do see in the lemon and the pink rose that people who are maybe too far into their own difficult situation, that they're not afraid to drag other people down with them, or people who are blissfully unaware of how they could cause you harm, be it emotionally or financially. You're going to cleanse yourself of them, rid yourself of them, you're cutting them off because you are putting yourself first, and that's a type of power move you've never done before. But I can see with the lemon as well as the Knight of Wands that you're unafraid to do that moving forward, because you know that you have to protect yourself, and at the end of the day there's no point in working hard just to give all of your hard-earned money and resources away to people who didn't do anything to earn it. So all of my beautiful gift number zeros, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you could appreciate my honesty, even though the reading was a little deep at times and definitely kind of serious. I hope that you liked it. Leave a little lemon emoji down below just in order to let me and others know that you are a gift number zero and that you vow to cleanse your life of anything and anyone that doesn't serve you. Thank you so much for being here and for spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, gift number one, and welcome to the second and even more personalized part of your prediction, which is based on your gift number. I can't wait to get into it so we can figure out exactly what unforeseen changes are coming towards you next. So, shall we? First up, we've got Cain. So in Cain, I can see some life force energy that's unexpectedly coming towards you, and Sedna shows me that there's always enough where that came from. So you may sometimes feel like you don't quite have enough life force or vigor within you, but Sedna shows me that actually you have unlimited resources, gift number one. In Ra, I can see that the more that you share your gifts and the things that you're good at, the more you will be lit up and fired up to actually have energy to get other things done in your life as well. So it's like the more you do the things that you love, the more you actually find that you are energetically revitalized and like you've got a lot of life force energy. I see here within Hod that you have to also tell the truth and be honest with yourself when you're maybe self-sabotaging or something just simply is not working out for you. If you're trying to make something your gift that simply isn't your gift, like for example, if you know that your parents would be super proud if you were to become a doctor, but it's simply not your gift to be that person. It's simply not within you to have that be your life purpose. Be honest and don't feel as though that takes away from your self-worth or your value as a human being. Do know in the grape that there are also other ways to abundance, because often in communities that are maybe rooted in a bit more tradition, family members and parents can have these traditional values of feeling like if you're not a lawyer, an engineer, or a doctor or something of the sorts, like abundance can't be yours and like you'll always just lead a mediocre life. But there are other ways to abundance and other ways to success as well. I see here within the strawberry that actually a big unforeseen change coming towards you is they will actually understand. They're actually more forward thinking than you thought, especially if you come from a background where you thought that everybody would just be more rooted in a very traditional mindset and not be open-minded to any of your ideas or any of your aspirations. I see here within the black mulberry that a big change is not just the amazing agreeance that you will have with them that you never expected, and this kind of mutual understanding of what you need from your people and also what they need from you. So you may need them to support you in whatever you're doing, even if it's unconventional, and they may need you to simply keep them up to date on what is going on and where you're headed. This is a very wholesome type of feel and approach to life and to relationships, and I see here in the black mulberry that that makes you feel as though you have all the support in the world that you could possibly need, and it just makes you feel overall like you're whole, like you have this connection to friends and family that you've always wanted, and at the same time you can be yourself and live your best life, live your truth, no matter what that looks like, what career path that you choose, or who you choose to be with romantically. I see here within the cucumber that this invokes a really emotional response from you. So think about a scenario where someone is, for example, coming out to their parents. This is a situation that can be really emotional because they are scared, but they then are super shocked and surprised by their parents actually agreeing with them, embracing who they are. And this is exactly what I see here with Ra as well as Hod, you having to tell the truth about who you really are in your career and with what you want to do with your life. So not necessarily the coming out scenario, but you get what I mean, applying that to embracing who you truly are. Maybe you're not who your parents or your community wanted you to be, and you're someone else, being really afraid of coming clean and coming out with that, but then actually finding an overwhelming amount of love and support, and that just invoking so much emotion within you, like you're so happy you could cry. I see here in the Page of Wands that this is going to start a completely fresh note and page and cycle in your life where you feel more free, like you can be yourself, and also very youthful and lively, as you can see here in the Page of Wands, which often depicts a very young person and someone who doesn't have many worries and doesn't overthink things too much. I see here within the 10 of Wands that gone are the days where you felt overwhelmed by guilt and overwhelmed by maybe this notion of the dishonesty just crushing you and make you feel like there's always this heaviness on your heart. So that is where I can see in the 10 of Wands that that is over, because the number 10 is actually the number of completion of a cycle. So you are definitely moving into a next big unforeseen cycle in your life of a lot more love and acceptance than you ever thought possible from the people who matter to you. So all of my beautiful soul number ones, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Leave a little grape emoji down below in the comment section to let me and others know that you're a soul number one and that you came to receive your reading. Thank you for being here and for spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, gift number 2, and welcome to the second and even more personalized part of your prediction, where we figure out exactly what the next big unforeseen changes are that are coming towards you and impacting your life. So let's move straight into it. We've got the Chariot as well as the Moon. So I can see that you're very quickly moving into a new direction that you intuitively are already aware of, maybe subconsciously, but do know here within the Chariot that this is a card of the major arcana in the tarot that describes fast forward movement, moving into one concise direction, which is calculated, and the Moon is a card that speaks of your intuition and shows that you're following that gut instinct of yours, which usually it does not lead you astray. I see here within the 8 of Diamonds that when it comes to your creative ventures, there's also still a lot of work that you're going to do in order to level up and kind of differentiate yourself from the competition or from other people in your professional field. So you may be getting some extra education, a diploma, just building your skills so you can really have an impact in your place of expertise that is different from everyone else's. And the 5 of Swords here shows me, for all my beautiful gift number 2s, that you will definitely feel as though there's still so much to do and as though there's still a long way ahead of you. Have you ever had that feeling, gift number 2, when you just have so much to do that you simply don't even know where to start, and every time you kind of cross something off of your list, there seems to be a new thing? I see here in the 5 of Swords that that is definitely something that you're going to have to deal with. The Strength card is a direct sign and message from your guides to remain strong, physically as well as mentally. There are definitely some challenges that come with you wanting to level up and be better at your craft, but look at it from the bright side. A lot of people do not have the courage or do not believe in themselves enough to try to do better for themselves. So just because the road isn't easy doesn't mean that it's not the road that you should be on. After all, if everything was just super simple, life would be very dull and boring, and sometimes proving to yourself just how strong you are is something that can give you confidence for years to come. The 9 of Swords here shows me that when it comes to your sleep pattern, it's important for you to give yourself enough time to get restful sleep, and also to pay close attention to what you're doing and watching and taking in right before sleep, because the type of media that you're consuming can definitely make a big difference to your sleep quality and also to your dreams and the things that you're dreaming of. If you're, for example, watching crime shows right before bed, it is no surprise if your sleep can end up being a little bit restless on those nights. You may have not made the connection before, but your guides are asking you to pay attention to it now. We've got the Knight of Wands next, as well as the Eight of Wands. So a lot of this phallic energy means masculine energy, all my gift number 2s. The Eight of Wands shows more rapid movement, just as the Chariot, and the Knight of Wands is a representation of someone who is confident, who is intuitive, who is unafraid to go after what they want. They can also be kind of a little bit possessive and a little bit impulsive. And I do want you to know here that that's a nice contrast to feeling as though you're unsure if you'll ever make the big breakthrough and set yourself apart from other people in your field. So it's kind of like some of the big changes are you going with wherever you are mentally. Some days you will have to pick yourself up from a place of feeling insecure, and some days you will feel as though you're on top of the world and nothing can stop you. So it's all about meeting yourself exactly where you at, all my lovely gift number 2s, and that being okay. I see here within the violet that we have some more tranquility coming towards you than you expected. This is definitely a unexpected occurrence amidst all the action that we have going on. There will be a safe space and an oasis where you can relax and take a little bit of time to breathe. So it may be a spa or a specific person with whom you love to spend time with, and the apple here shows me that that is a connection that is going to stay with you for quite a while. So this reading is all about the next big unforeseen changes that are coming towards you, but I see that a lot of these changes and a lot of this rapid forward movement is here to stay and here to guide you for the next few months and maybe even years. So get acquainted with this new cycle in your existence and this new vibe, all my beautiful gift number 2s, because it will be with you for a little while. So we're at the end of the second part of your reading, and I hope that you enjoyed this. Leave a little red apple emoji down below in the comment section to let me and others know that you are a gift number 2. Thank you for spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful gift number 3s, and welcome to the second and even more personalized part of your prediction. Let's get straight into it so we can figure out exactly what the next big unforeseen changes are, which are coming towards your gift number. We have Bridget, as well as Artemis and Apollo. So do know here within Bridget that a change that's coming towards you is moving into your healing nature and understanding that part of your life's purpose is being a healer and also being a brave spirit. Think of, for example, doctors and just people who have studied for a long time or sacrificed a lot of their life just in order to get to a position that society deems as very prestigious, and then they are brave enough to venture into a different field. Like, for example, clinical psychologists exploring whether past life regressions are possible or not, also whether the power of meditation is actually something that works remotely. Those different types of topics are the things that I see here in Bridget and Artemis that will be explored by you, and that are great ways for you to embrace your brave spirit, and that show that you're unafraid to try something new, even be ridiculed by peers, just because you know that there's more to it, and you don't just want to stick with what a conservative group of people deems as normal or deems as respectable. You want to break the boundaries. I see in Apollo that you are meant to receive divine messages and also to follow those messages. So whenever you have a gut feeling or a hunch, or you feel as though you have received some sort of synchronicity from the universe and your guides, rather than saying, well, you know, it's not logical or whatever, you actually want to go out and explore it. Because what is the worst thing that could happen, all my beautiful gift number 3s, right? The worst thing that could happen, gift number 3, is that you're wrong or that you don't find an answer, and that's not really a big risk to take if you don't take yourself and the world too seriously. I can see here within King Neptune that we've got a deep sensitivity that is being embraced that you didn't expect, and furthermore in Sedna I can see that there is always more than enough for you in your existence, which you're finding kind of surprising, but is becoming more and more evident. Whether that be more than enough time for you in the day to follow your passions, and understanding that if you just organize yourself properly, you have more than enough resources, more than enough time in order to lead a life that really ticks the boxes in every category, whether that be finances, health, personal development, education, having a clean, tidy home, and so on. It's just all about having a plan and also sticking to it, also being disciplined. I see here within the 10 of Wands as well as the Knight of Swords that a big surprise, a big unforeseen change that's coming towards you is actually pretty divine masculine energy. It's actually energy that you are not used to. So fighting back, fending back, maybe you're usually someone who is a little bit more, I don't want to say passive, but you're a sensitive person, so you try to avoid confrontation, or you try to just kind of go out of someone's way if there's a tense vibe there. But the 10 of Wands as well as the Knight of Swords shows me that surprisingly, anyone who has been mistreating you or getting on your nerves is actually going to hear about it directly from you, and you're going to tell them how you feel, and also to start to respect your boundaries, that you're not a doormat, and that it is important for you to have those boundaries in place, and that's where you're going to rest. I see that in the Hanged Man. You won't let anyone convince you or gaslight you into thinking that you are a bad person for speaking your truth and your boundaries, even if that means that you're confronting, for example, a old person of authority, or what used to be as a person of authority. So think a teacher, or maybe even a parent who kind of disappointed you, and telling them, hey, you were never really there for me. I didn't notice that as a child, but now I noticed that what you did was actually really messed up. And them taking accountability, and even if they don't take accountability, like them not being able to escape the fact that you have opinions and you will voice them, that is definitely something that is shocking to some. The 3 of Wands shows me here that you're deriving a lot of your energy from your creative passions and projects. So when those are slowing down, you get very worried, and it's definitely something that makes you feel kind of tense and makes you feel uneasy about life. So whenever things aren't flowing the way you want them to, take a step back, gift number 3, and ask yourself if you maybe simply need a break, or if you're maybe expecting a little too much. For example, when I go for runs, gift number 3, I've noticed that at the beginning, I try to always top my last run rather than listen to my body. It's not realistic to every single time you do an activity be better each and every single time. Sometimes you will do exceptionally well, and sometimes you will be a little slower, or you'll create something that you don't like at all. But it's not about every single time being better than the last. It's all about the steady progress and sticking to it. I see here within the 2 of Cups that speaking to someone about your struggles with being disciplined or just sticking to a regimen when you're going through tough times is a great way for you to bond. And I see here in the 2 of Cups that we've got potential for a romantic interest, as I can see here within the 3 of Wands that you both thrive off of engaging in the same habits and also hobbies, and that's where you're going to find that that person really understands you. I see in the King of Wands that this is an indication as to who this person is. All my beautiful gift number 3s. The King of Wands is obviously a snack, group number 3. It is undeniable, but all jokes aside, the King of Wands is just a representation of their energy. They don't have to identify as male or anything like that. The King of Wands has strong fire sign energy, so think Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius within their birth chart. They are most likely older than you, and they've been through quite a lot in their lifetime. That's one thing that I get from your reading, and right now they're in a comfortable position, so they're ready to settle down and take the relationships in their life more seriously, and they're also someone who is quite confident. So all of my beautiful gift number 3s, thank you for being here and for receiving the second and even more personalized part of your prediction. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful, and I'll speak to you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, gift number 4, and welcome to the second and even more highly personalized part of your prediction, where we figure out exactly what unexpected changes are coming towards you next and how they will impact your life. Let's get right into it, shall we? We have 2 cards that popped right out of the pile. We've got the Wheel of Fortune as well as the Empress. What are the chances? The Empress here shows me that what will impact your life next is definitely this feeling of nurturing and coming to a place where you can finally find balance between how you feel about yourself, your body image, and also family, romantic relationships, what you want for yourself in the long term, in the future, and also how you want a significant other to make you feel. And I see here within the Wheel of Fortune that the more that you kind of figure yourself out and the more you step into your inner and outer beauty, the more you will attract someone who's definitely worthy of your time and your love. The 10 of Crystals here shows me that the next big unforeseen change coming for you is a complete revamp of your work structure and schedule. The 10 of Crystals shows me that you can't continue to stem these unrealistic amounts of work and that something needs to give and change, and simply overall you have to put yourself first as well as your health. You can't constantly be carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. And I do want you to know here in the Ace of Cups that the person who is inspiring you to do this is most likely someone who you're romantically interested in, someone who cares about you, and a person whom you trust, a person whose opinion really matters to you. That's what I see in the Ace of Cups as well as the Empress. The 10 of Crystals and the Wheel of Fortune shows me, however, that the workload that you have been putting in was necessary at this point in life, so we're not going to demonize it. Just as, for example, when I just started my company Bow Life and YouTube, I mean, I still work a lot, but at least now sometimes I go out or I give myself a day off or something like that. But at the beginning, I never took any time off at all for probably about 2 years. And there is a time and a place to do that, but there is also a time and a place to realize that you have now created something that you want, and you've created something that is more or less stable, and you can now also cater to your own safety, health, and well-being. The 10 of Cups is a very favorable card, especially when it comes to relationships. The 10 of Cups showing up here next to the Ace of Cups, which, by the way, the suit of Cups is connected to the element of water, and it represents your emotional realm and your inner workings, and the number 10 is a number of completion. So in the 10 of Cups, we have completion that speaks volumes about your emotional satisfaction in your personal life, but the 10 of Crystals, as you can see here with you carrying these heavy crystals, these wands on your shoulder, show that you need a break. So on one hand, emotionally speaking, you're very happy with your connections in life, and on the other hand, in the 10 of Crystals, a surprising change that's coming towards you, my beautiful gift number 4, is that you're going to be okay with delegating some workload to other people and simply taking on a little bit less responsibility, giving yourself some time to chill. The King of Pentacles here shows me that you can actually be a better leader the more you take time for yourself. I know it seems kind of counterintuitive, doesn't it? But some of the best leaders and the best bosses on this planet, the best business people, are people who take appropriate amounts of time to refuel, recharge, re-energize, and also get inspired again. That's one thing that you can't really do, say, in your own home. If you're used to always being in your own home or your environment that is just set, sometimes you need to go away, go somewhere else to get creatively inspired, because you just can't do it in a familiar surrounding the way a new surrounding will be able to inspire you, and the way you will be able to take different ideas from other cultures and people. I see here within the Five of Cups that there is a part of you that surprisingly is simply not happy. Let's see what part of you that is. Whoa, we've got the Five of Wands. Okay, you're really angry, you're really upset about something, and you're making it known. So had just the Five of Cups alone showed up, and the number 5, by the way, is kind of a bit of a challenging number. This is a number that can be very confronting, that can speak of friction, as you can see here. If just the Five of Cups had showed up, as I was trying to say, then you would have kind of been down and out and sad about it. But we also have the Five of Wands, which is a masculine card, a card that shows you fighting back and saying no to something, definitely stepping up and making it very known that you're not happy with a certain aspect. And let's figure out what that is. I can see here within the Nine of Pentacles that you're absolutely not happy for something to come to an end in your professional life, or for example, your studies. So if you're about to end college, for example, and you're not excited for that lifestyle to end, or to not see your friends anymore on the campus, that's what I see here in the Five of Cups and Five of Wands. It's like a very daunting thing, and something that you'll be sad to let go of. If you're working in an office, or just overall a place where you have established relationships with colleagues that you really love and adore, I see that even though the Nine of Pentacles is a really positive card when it comes to your professional life and your finances, you're not happy about having to level up and therefore leave certain people behind. So that is like a bit of a conflicting situation. That is a change that you're definitely learning to deal with, that you know is inevitable, but still that doesn't mean that you're excited about it or that you're happy about it. All of my beautiful gift number 4s. Next up, we've got the King of Wands. So in the King of Wands, I can see that a great person who can help you overcome this kind of anger or this feeling of not wanting things to change so rapidly is to look at some of the people who inspire you most, read their autobiographies or watch interviews by those people, and just listen to what they're saying and how their leveling up story went for them, how they were able to create the lifestyle that they've created for themselves. As I see in the Eight of Swords, that it's kind of normal for people to get a little bit worried about what will happen if their environment changes, or they suddenly are not spending as much time with the people they used to spend as much time with. Will those people think that you've gotten stuck up or snobby, all because you're going another direction with your life or you're trying something else? But keep in mind here that the right people will not care to make you feel bad about wanting more for your life. The Four of Coins here shows me that financially speaking, you will see the rewards a little bit later. Right now, it's more about setting yourself up in the next place, such as switching jobs or going from a place of studying part-time to just full-time working. So the Four of Coins shows me some more frugal living and ensuring that you maybe do some no-spend months, or at least timelines. I can see within the Two of Cups a romantic relationship that is establishing itself and kind of reigniting, if you will. The Two of Cups in connectivity to the Ace of Cups is definitely a very positive influence when it comes to your romantic life and love life. So things are really looking up there for you. And if that's something that you did not think would happen, obviously this is a huge surprise and a huge change for you, my beautiful gift number 4. but wholeheartedly accept it. There's a reason why we had the 10 of Cups show up, which is a card that shows that ultimate satisfaction and happiness with your personal life and your relationships, and it becomes very clear why that is the case, as we can see here in the 2 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So all of my beautiful gift number 4s, this is the reading, the second part of your reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know down below in the comment section. If you did, leave a peacock emoji down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for being here, for spending this divine time and space with me. Don't forget to connect with me via Instagram. Stay safe, all my beautiful gift number 4s, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful gift number 5s, and welcome to the second and even more personalized part of your prediction about the next big unforeseen changes that are coming towards your life. So we've got the 6 of Diamonds, we've got the King of Diamonds, as well as the Sun. So I see a lot of radiant energy here when it comes to your professional life as well as your work. The Sun is by far one of the most positive cards of the tarot. This is a major arcana card that speaks of you having an amazing time, feeling confident, feeling held, feeling the warmth. And I see here in the 6 of Diamonds and the King of Diamonds that you are simply enjoying a time where you're not the one who needs help, you're not the one who needs support, but you're the one who can finally give others help and support needed. Also engaging in any charitable cause that you can be a part of, that you have time for. That's what I see in the 6 of Diamonds and the King of Diamonds. Furthermore, the King of Diamonds does show me here that you're making some big boss moves that you didn't expect yourself to make. So all of my beautiful gift number 5s, remind yourself that a difficult day that you're going through doesn't mean that you're having a tough life as a whole, because I see that some big unexpected changes are you being in positions of power that you would have dreamt of years ago, but now it's finally here, and it is important for you to simply enjoy and remind yourself when you're going through a rough patch to have fun, to keep that joy. We've got the Mermaid of Lemuria, who is representing to you to have fun, and also to remind yourself here that some of the next big unforeseen changes for you, gift number 5, are going to be changes that you just need to experience and enjoy. Don't fight against it. I can see here within the Baba Yaga that it's important for you to also be kind of patient for this time to come around. It may not be something that's already happening tomorrow or the day after. It may take a couple weeks or months for this amazing time to set in, where you feel like you are the one who can give, you're the one who has plenty, who's been victorious, who people look up to, who's in charge, who's having an amazing, joyous time. Let for yourself as well as your guides to take the time to propel you to this place. Next up, we've got Namitana. So I can see here in Namitana that we have a safe space for you that you didn't expect at all. And by this safe space, I mean financial safety, having your life together, having your ish together, so to say, all my beautiful gift number 5s. And you may have never expected that you would be the most mature one, the most put together one of your friend group or of your family, especially financially speaking, and the most successful one, but I definitely see that coming as a big change for you. Furthermore, the 4 of Cups affirms that you will find yourself in a position where you have to find new mentors and new friends for certain things, because your old friends or your old colleagues may no longer understand what your goals are or what you're working towards, simply because you have kind of outgrown that. And I see here within the Ace of Swords that you'll have great ideas on where to find new connections and new people with whom you can bond over things that you are passionate about, that they too care about. So the Ace of Swords shows me that by no means will you feel lonely or anything like that. You'll simply realize that you've outgrown some relationships and it's time for a little change. It's time for you to ensure that you're leveling up the people in your life as you go along as well, because you truly are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And it is true that you also earn the average of the 5 people who you spend the most time with. So you get very alike to the people who you surround yourself with. The Fool shows me here a fresh beginning, right? This corresponds to the number 0 in the tarot deck in the major arcana. It is the complete start of a new cycle. That's what the number 0 represents. So that really makes sense with what we've been talking about, with you having to restart or start afresh with some friendships and connections, and ensure that you're not letting anyone stop you from all of the leveling up that you've been doing. The Nine of Wands here shows me that an unexpected change coming for you is also realizing what your limits are, and also realizing that, yeah, you get older and your limitations change. So when you were maybe 10 years younger than you are now, my beautiful gift number 5s, you were maybe able to do crazy things like contort your body or run for a crazy long time or put up with a lot of things emotionally and physically that now you're no longer capable or wanting to put up with. So I do want you to know here in the Nine of Wands and the Baba Yaga that your patience is wearing thin in areas of life that were once a little easier for you to handle, and that is often a good thing, especially when you've been through some form of abuse or someone not treating you appropriately. Standing up for yourself and no longer having the patience for BS. Now I would say that that is a next big unforeseen change that is worth celebrating. So all my beautiful gift number 5s, thank you for being here, for spending this divine time and space with me. Know that I'm sending you so much love, and I'll catch you during my next prediction. Hello, gift number 6, and welcome to the second and even more personal part of your prediction, where we figure out all of the next big unforeseen changes that are coming towards you and your gift number. So let's move straight into your reading so we can figure out what those changes will be. First up, we've got the 5 of Cups as well as the 3 of Coins. So I do see here in the 5 of Cups and the 3 of Coins that you will definitely see some changes when you're winning in certain people's behavior towards you. Some people may start to get insecure or may start to wonder why you're thriving and they're not, which of course is a symbol of there also being a little bit of jealousy here. Next up, we've got the Hierophant. The Hierophant shows me that you are really understanding. You're actually not the type of person who's going to judge another human being. Maybe you were once someone who used to get jealous too before you really stepped into your highest self and you kind of understood that there's no point in jealousy at all. So I do want you to know here in the Hierophant that when it comes to taking the moral high road, you have absolutely no problem with that, so that's not going to affect you. The 4 of Coins shows me here that you're really just more focused on making the most intelligent decisions that you can make, financially speaking, and also when it comes to your health, you know, taking good care of yourself, ensuring that you live a long, happy, and healthy life. Let's move into your reading a little more. We've got Mother Mary. We've got some emotional healing that's coming for you next that's unexpected, as well as Pele. So I can see here that lighting your fire as well as this emotional healing may result in quite some tears, and tears that you maybe don't quite understand. So all my beautiful gift number 6s, if you've ever cried and not really understood why you're crying, because you're not like profusively sad, but at the same time you're not super happy, that's the type of emotional healing that I can see here. And in Asclepius, we've got some sacred medicine for you. So this sacred medicine is going to be received just at the right moment, and I see in the 3 of Coins that someone is going to tell you about it. So for some people, that is something completely exotic, such as ayahuasca type of plant medicine, which is super strong, and I definitely don't recommend for everyone to do, or really that many people. For a lot of us, sacred medicine is simply eating whole plant-based foods, a whole food type of diet that heals us, and also using different herbs and such in order to create our own concoctions that work for us, that are based on all of these ingredients that our ancestors have been using for centuries. I see here within the rosemary that you're going to be remembering a lot of things from your childhood and from your earlier days. I see that here with the Mother Mary, which will contribute to that emotional healing and to that feeling like you just need to let it all out. And please do, gift number 6, don't hold it in. We spoke about longevity earlier. We can't make this up, my beautiful gift number 6s. We've got the chrysanthemum, which is all about that longevity and making sure that your body stays in as good of condition as it possibly can will ensure longevity. So spending a good amount of time literally just tending to your physical needs is one change that I can see you making and taking more seriously. I see here within the cause lettuce that your desires and the things that you're interested in, the things that matter to you, your values, they're changing. I do want you to know here that they're changing in a very mature way, in a more grounded way. You're no longer so interested in impressing other people. As I do see here within the chili that you want to feed your soul, you want to nurture your heart, you want to engage in conversations that stimulate you on every level and that also kind of invoke more curiosity within you. When you step away from a conversation with another person, you don't like small talk or surface level types of connections. I see here within the chili that you need something deeper and something real, something that actually can make a difference in this world and shows that you care about more than just your postcode or any type of external appearances. So all of my beautiful gift number 6s, these are some of the changes coming towards you that you're implementing, that you're embracing, some of the changes as well as their effects and their causes. I hope that you enjoyed this reading and the fact that it's so highly personalized. Leave a little chili emoji down below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here. Thank you for being here and for sharing this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful gift number 7s, and welcome to the second and even more personalized part of all of the next big unforeseen changes that are coming towards you. First up, we've got the 6 of diamonds, so I can see that you'll be victorious in creating wealth and abundance for yourself to the point that others would like to share, and this is something you can do, of course. But I see here within the strength card that it's also important for you, gift number 7, to set some boundaries and to have the strength within you to say no, even if someone has a tough story, right? A tough life story, or they're going through a very hard time. It is okay for you to say no, especially with how hard you will have worked here in the 6 of diamonds to get to a position of plenty. So I can see here that some of the next big unforeseen changes coming for you are the change in demeanor that you have when it comes to your wealth and also just overall your material items. The devil shows me here that there are definitely some things that you need to look at in correspondence to your money mindset. The devil shows me here that there could have been some sort of time in your life, maybe growing up, that money was demonized or seen as something that just creates issues, and changing that mindset to actually having a positive attitude towards money and seeing it as a tool rather than something evil is really helpful. We've got the Knight of Swords as well as the Queen of Swords next. So the Suit of Swords corresponds to the element of air, and the element of air is a representation of your inner workings, your mental realm, your well-being mentally, as well as your communication. And the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords, they're not afraid to speak up and be very honest and blunt, and they sometimes even hurt other people's feelings, not because they're trying to, but more just because their honesty can rub some people the wrong way. And I see here within a Temperance card that a big change that's coming for you while setting these boundaries that we were talking about around your finances and everything that you've worked hard for, and not simply sharing everything with everyone, because then you're left with nothing, right? And you might as well have not put in all of those sacrifices. So I can definitely see here that communicating very bluntly and in a very real way without feeling bad about it is a big change that's coming for you, without feeling any sense of guilt, and understanding here that, hey, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, and you also have to protect your assets and the things that you worked so hard for, all of my beautiful gift number 7s. Let's move a little further into your reading, shall we? Next up, we've got the Tower, a solid foundation, success with effort. I see that that's what you're building. It's almost like you're building your own little tower, my beautiful gift number 7, and that tower is worthy of being protected, and I see you putting in the strength and the ambition to do so. Next up, we've got the Axe. The Axe shows me here that there are some forces that are unforeseen that will be working seemingly against you. And here with the Axe showing up in connectivity to the rest of your reading, see this as a sign that things are not going to be the easiest when it comes to talking to people and creating boundaries. And it may almost feel as though they are determined to make you the bad guy and to gaslight you into feeling bad for not wanting to help them to an extent that it hurts you or that it creates scarcity for you. So that is again where in the Strength card you are going to remind yourself that you can love someone from afar if that's the healthiest thing to do for yourself, and that doesn't make you a bad person. Next up, we've got the Chrysanthemum. So in the Chrysanthemum, my beautiful gift number 7s, I see a longevity in this type of mindset and these types of dealings, and I can definitely see here that you end up being an inspiration to other people when it comes to setting boundaries, and that this is a way you can really live in the long term. We've got the Stalk. It allows you to focus because you're not dealing with other people's dramas and issues all the time. You're not on the phone or texting all the time and trying to solve other people's problems. You have created boundaries between what is your problem and what other people's issues are. And of course, whenever you have time and space, you are more than happy to help. But with you, it's almost like you're a little too giving, right? You can get a little bit too invested and involved in other people's problems, and then it affects you negatively. So you're really kind of learning to distance yourself and to keep yourself in a safe space, as I can see here within the Grape, that then you can finally enjoy some abundance. Because if you constantly are working out how you can help other people, it's like you never get a chance to enjoy your own abundance and your own life for what it is. And I see here in the Myram that some of the next big unexpected changes that are coming with this mindset shift, and with you becoming more focused on yourself and not spreading yourself so thin trying to take care of everyone else, there comes this deep sense of happiness, this deep sense of feeling like you can chill, you can take a nice deep breath and simply enjoy what is your life. Next up, we've got Mother Mary. In Mother Mary, we've got some emotional healing going on here. And that kind of makes sense, obviously, with you fixating more on yourself, your issues, the things that you're going through, and not making your life about everybody else, and just giving us a little bit of that main character energy. Finally, all of my gift number 7s, giving us a little bit of that I care about myself energy. Next up, we've got Inanna. So in Inanna, I can see that this will result in you believing in yourself a lot more, and reminding yourself here that it's okay. Not everybody needs to agree with your decisions. That doesn't make you a bad person, and that also doesn't mean that your decisions are wrong or that they won't be successful in the long term. Like, for example, all of my gift number 7s, if I would have asked someone years ago whether I should start a YouTube channel or could be successful on YouTube or start my own business selling jewelry and crystals, I don't think very many people would have pushed me forward or said, oh, this is a great idea. I'm sure you're going to be able to build an empire for yourself. No, that would not have happened. But that doesn't mean that it's a bad decision, right? Because here I am today doing what I love, changing people's lives for the better in a way that works for me, and creating jobs, creating opportunities for others. And this is something that no one could have told me to do, that I had to find in myself and to believe in myself that I'm capable of doing it. So take that little story, apply that to yourself and your next big unforeseen changes. Be fearless, all my beautiful gift number 7s. So we are at the end of the second part of your prediction, and I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Make sure you leave a little lion emoji down below in the comment section if you made it to this point and you enjoyed the second part of your reading. Thank you so much for being here. Know that I appreciate you, and I'm sending you so much love, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful gift number 8s, and welcome to the second and even more personalized part of your prediction, where we talk about all of the next big unforeseen changes that are coming towards your gift number. So you can pair that up with part 1 of your reading in order to receive a highly personalized combination. So let's move into it, shall we? We've got the Page of Cups first up, as well as the 3 of Coins. So I can see here that you're having a lot of fun when it comes to your finances and when it comes to your job and your professional life, which is of course a delight to see, all my beautiful gift number 8s. I can see that you have spontaneous, bubbly energy. You're not in this headspace where you feel like anything is too big for you to accomplish or too much of a challenge. Some may call that naive, but at the same time, the most quote unquote naive people who believed in themselves are actually the ones who made it. And the people who constantly are only focusing on what won't work are the ones who are usually afraid to even try something new. The 3 of Coins shows me that you will be collaborating with other people, which you didn't expect, other very creative individuals just like yourself who have similar goals in mind, and kind of communicating and collaborating with other people who think big and think outside of the box. And don't shame anyone for having fun and inventive ideas. That is the type of crowd that will affect you very positively and also bring a lot of joy to your life just in day-to-day dealings. I see here within the Devil that there is some temptation around. And that temptation may have to do with someone who is trying to kind of copy your idea or what you're doing. And I do want you to know here in the 3 of Coins that this is someone who is inspired by you. So don't take it the wrong way, gift number 8, because when people are inspired by others, it's kind of like a natural response for a lot of people to just copy what that person is doing. And you are definitely an inspiration to many, as I see here within the 9 of Coins that people look up to you, gift number 8, in a way of feeling like your life just always works out and is abundant, and like there's always something for you to celebrate. And this is something that people really wish that they had as well. That's what I see here within the 9 of Coins. So you lead a life that is very favorable. That's at least how other people see it. My beautiful gift number 8s. People look to you and think, wow, I wish my life had that type of start to it. I wish that I had that friend group. I wish I looked that way. The 9 of Coins shows me that there is a lot that people feel a little bit jealous of in your life that you maybe don't even notice. Next up, we've got the 6 of Coins, which is all about sharing and caring, as you can see here. So I see that a next big unexpected change is someone sharing with you who you didn't expect would share with you. Just make sure that you check out contracts and things like that with a fine-tooth comb, as we do have the Devil, which is making sure that you are cautious of anything that you take, because there are some people who just want to give and they don't expect anything in return, which is the only real way to give, I'd say. But there are definitely some people who try to make it seem as though they're generous, but actually their generosity comes with lots of strings. And think about it this way: if, for example, a bank gives you a mortgage or a business loan, or you're just going to someone who is giving out loans and they make it seem like it's a great deal for you, but actually here in the Devil, if you read the little fine print, you notice that over the course of you needing to pay it back, you're actually paying a lot more because the interest rate is just exuberantly high. So those are the types of things that you're being called to look out for. Next up, we've got the 10 of coins. Don't worry too much, all of my beautiful gift number 8s, as I can see here within the 10 of coins, that overall, financially speaking, you're making the right decisions and you're in a place of financial abundance where you can kind of lean back and enjoy all of the seeds that you've planted grow. And you also have a little bit of authority within your community and your workplace because you're the type of person who has accomplished things that a lot of others wish to accomplish as well. So obviously there is that factor of people seeing you as a role model. Next up, we've got Inanna. In Inanna, believe in yourself. That is the main message that we have here. And the next big unforeseen changes coming in correspondence to you believing in yourself. Those changes are actually changes of you going after things that you really want, no matter how crazy the ideas may seem, because you believe in yourself, because you're unafraid to try something here that other people may deem as too risky, but for you, it's a risk worth taking. I see here within Palais that we've got you lighting your own fire and your own spark. You're not waiting for anyone to tell you what to do, which shows really great leadership, energy, and integrity, because when you have an idea, you think about it, and no matter whether other people think it's silly or not, once you've set your mind to it, you're definitely going to try to see if you can do anything with it. And I do see here within Kadesh that we've got some sexual wisdom for you as well. So this may come as an unexpected, very different part of your life, but it has everything to do with believing in yourself, as we spoke about here in Inanna, and also lighting your fire. The sexual wisdom comes from a place where you believe that you're worthy of love, and also expressing your sexual and sensual side, and being unafraid to just be passionate and let yourself go, to not feel like you always kind of have to control your body and facial movements when you're in an intimate space with another person, but you can simply just like let yourself feel and let go of any type of inhibition and enjoy the moment, sexually speaking. The King Neptune card shows me here that you are definitely going to experience a lot of sensitivity in some areas of your body that you may have left unexplored in the past. So you may kind of discover some new zones on your body that are super sensitive, that you really enjoy being like caressed or kissed on. And I do want you to know here within King Neptune and Kadesh that this is a really great combination when it comes to your sexuality and when it comes to changes in that area of your existence. This is going to bring you a lot of happiness. Okay, all of my gift number 8s, of course, because who wouldn't be happy about exploring their body and finding new ways to just experience pleasure and just let everything go and have fun. And last but not least, we've got the Strength card, all my beautiful gift number 8s. And in the Strength card, do know here that an increase in your strength, both physically as well as mentally, is going to come in a very unexpected way and during an unexpected period of time. Even if you feel as though you're not as strong as you really are, all of a sudden you will be confronted by a situation where you get to show your strength, and that will surprise you. It's almost like you're going to shock yourself in how strong that you truly are, and also how much that you actually respect yourself. So you're not going to put up with any disrespect, especially if it has anything to do with someone who you are romantically interested in, as you're the type of person who is wiser than that now, and you have grown to a place where you understand that if you have to demand respect from an intimate partner, then they're most likely just not the right one for you. So all my beautiful gift number 8s, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for being here and for spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful gift number 9s, and welcome to the second and even more personalized part of your prediction, where we talk about all of the next big unforeseen changes that are coming towards your gift number specifically. So let's move into it, shall we? First up, we've got the Five of Pentacles. So in the Five of Pentacles, I can see here that a next big unforeseen change coming towards your gift number has to do with spending large sums of money. And I can see here within the Hermit that you're the only one doing that. Okay, so this is a decision that you're making on your own. This is not a decision where you and many others are spending a lot of money. So not something like a group vacation or an investment between you and someone else. This is an investment that you're making by yourself, where you have to make your own decision on whether this is a good idea or not, and I see that you're moving ahead with it. The Princess of Wands shows me here that it's an investment you've never made before. This is new to you. You're being really courageous about it, and you're putting yourself out of your comfort zone. So a big investment that you've maybe never made before could be an investment property, it could be a vehicle, it could be a property of your own, investing in a business idea. You get the idea, all of my beautiful gift number 9s. Next up, we've got the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords shows me a great deal of overthinking, but this is actually a really good sign, because when you're investing a lot of your hard-earned money, time, funds, and energy into something, you want to make sure that it's really what you want and that it's going to give you what you desire in the long term, right? If you, for example, want to purchase your own home, then in the long term, you're maybe trying to avoid having to pay expensive rent or having to spend money on a property that isn't yours. So I do see here in the Four of Swords that overthinking is a very natural and good thing, because making an impulsive decision during this time in your life would not serve you at all. I can see here within Asclepius that it's also important for you to consider taking care of your body in a way that your ancestors already did. So look at different herbal remedies and medicines that you can use in order to make yourself feel more vital, if you will, as I can see in the Five of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Princess of Wands, that physically you may feel like lethargic and a little tired, or maybe there are some physical concerns, some ailments that you're dealing with, some sort of injury. And I see here in Asclepius that you're now being called by your guides to turn to more traditional medicine, even if it's not as highly appraised by the medical community as, you know, other more commercial medicines that are out there. But keep in mind that if you follow the money, it always makes sense as to why certain people are so ride or die for a specific product. And also, a lot of these ancient medicines don't cost a lot to make. These are remedies that work, that our ancestors have used for centuries, and it is definitely important for you to give those a try and some respect if other things aren't working for you, as you never know how your body would respond to this. Next up, we've got the Star Maiden. The Star Maiden shows me a time of rest, and connecting that here to the Hermit, honestly, it does show me that a unforeseen change is you needing a lot of rest. The Star Maiden can also indicate someone who is going through a big, tremendous physical change of healing. So if you've gone through injury, your body needs more rest. But also if you are, for example, experiencing a pregnancy or so, you also need more rest then. And you may not understand why until you figure out like, oh, okay, I'm actually growing another living being within me. But as I said, this does not only apply to pregnancies. So please no comments in the comment section about how that is not what you want. The whole rest situation applies to any physical body that has been through trauma as well, that needs a little bit of recuperation and rejuvenation. Next up, we've got Hathor. And Hathor, I can see here that we've got your soul family who you can rely on. That's a big unexpected change because you maybe kind of thought that your soul family wasn't out there. Maybe you haven't found your tribe, or just overall your family has not been of that much help. But I can see here that when you're actually going through a tough time, they will show up for you however they can. It may not be perfect, but you'll still find that you have more support than you expected. And this is a really nice change, to feel like you actually have people in your corner and like you have people who truly support you. Next up, we've got Bridget. You're a healer, all of my beautiful gift number 9s, and I can definitely see here in healing that has a lot to do with also self-healing, self-medicating, not in the way of abusing substances, but self-medicating as in understanding that in order to create longevity, you have to do the day-to-day things, right? If you go to a hospital, they are great at trauma response. If you have a broken bone or you need a medical intervention right then and there in order to help you thrive again or even save your life, that's a great spot for you to be at. But when it comes to longevity, right, and life quality, that's something that you have to build over time. Beautiful gift number 9. You have to move your body regularly, eat as healthily as you possibly can. Make sure that you're giving your body specifically what it needs, as we are all individuals and our bodies all respond differently to whatever our environments look like, or the things that we do with our bodies, feed our bodies. So that is where you have to remind yourself that only you know what can heal your body, and it's important that you focus on that and not let anyone tell you that what you're doing is wrong if it's clearly working for you. Next up, we've got the 7 of coins. So in the 7 of coins, I want you to understand here that it is completely normal when you make some sort of big financial investment that you will feel as though, oh my God, did I actually make the wrong choice? There will be a moment of wondering whether you actually did do the right thing for yourself. There will be some self-doubt, but don't let that take over too much. It's not necessary. I see here within the King of Cups that a great person for you to rely on and a great shoulder for you to lean on is a water sign who has that masculine energy. So for example, a father figure in your life who has strong water sign placements in their chart. Think Pisces, Cancerian, but also Scorpio. And the King of Cups shows me that they have been through similar situations, and they're the one who can kind of calm you down and remind you like, hey, these unexpected changes, you unexpectedly having this opportunity to invest a lot of your time and money into something, it's a good thing, okay? This was an amazing opportunity. And I see here in the 4 of Cups that you will definitely come to this point where you understand like, yeah, it's fine. I can deal with it on my own as well. I don't need to freak out or overthink or feel as though I'm the only one who has gone through this situation, as I have this King of Cups person in my life who I can talk to about whenever I'm freaking out and who can reassure me that I made the right choice for myself. Then we've got the High Priestess, and in the High Priestess, I also see that there are some big unforeseen changes coming towards my gift number 9s that have to do with your connection, say spiritually. And I do also see that you feel a lot more interconnected with spirit the more that you are actually doing what is natural for your body and really feels good, such as using sacred medicines. Think of, for example, freshly brewed teas made from herbs and tea leaves that you maybe grew yourself or picked from your garden. Think of using different plant medicines in order to heal yourself and heal little aches and pains, using bath salts, just in order to give your body that little rest and rejuvenation that it needs. And I see in the High Priestess that you're just feeling so much more connected to yourself and your spirituality and your highest self, the more that you use these little remedies that have nothing to do with large scale production, and where you're doing a little DIY every single time, and it's like a beautiful ritual. It's like a beautiful positive spell that you put on yourself every time you prepare something from scratch, every time you use fresh ingredients that weren't sourced from a faraway place and have run through so many different hands before they've actually ended up with you, where you know exactly what type of ingredients that you're using to heal yourself, and you're trying to source things more locally, more ethically, and more environmentally friendly, and that giving you a deeper connection than you ever expected. Because I do definitely see here that you have felt at a point in your life like maybe that was overrated, but the more that you actually get into it, the more it gives you this deep sense of unexpected satisfaction and interconnectedness. All my beautiful gift number 9s, this is the second and even more personalized part of your reading that I've received for you. Make sure you leave a dragon emoji down below in the comment section to let me and others know that you are in fact a gift number 9 and that you watched all the way to the end of the second part of your prediction. I hope you enjoyed this really personalized and interactive type of tarot reading, which I created specifically for you. Thank you for being here and for sharing this sacred time and divine space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful gift number 10s, and welcome to the second and even more personalized part of your prediction, where we figure out exactly what the next big unforeseen changes are which are coming towards you. So let's get straight into it, shall we? First up, we've got the Three of Crystals, as well as the Page of Crystals. So we've got the Suit of Crystals represented here, and in case you didn't know, the Suit of Crystals represents the element of fire. The Page of Crystals shows me some fresh beginnings when it comes to passion projects, and the Three of Crystals shows me here that you're going to have to abandon some other projects to just focus on this one. And that's maybe because you're investing all of your time into one passion project or all of your funds to make it work, and that's often a really great way to ensure that you don't give up and that you remain triumphant and successful, all of my gift number 10s, because when you've put all of your eggs in one basket, you don't really have another choice. And now putting all of your eggs in one basket with a passion project, that's the best place to put everything in one basket. You don't want to do that when it comes to your career, for example, right? Because if something doesn't work out, then it's going to be very stressful to not have a source of income if you don't have literally any other option but just one job that you had. But when it comes to fun passion projects, hobbies, it's great for you to sometimes kind of put all of your efforts into one thing and make it turn out really amazingly well. The King of Crystals is an amazing addition here, as we are basically just filled here with fire energy in your reading so far, and the chances of you receiving 3 cards within the Suit of Crystals, it's very small, because in a tarot deck there are 78 different cards and there are 4 suits. In the 4 suits there are 14 cards each, as there's also the Major Arcana, which contains 22 cards in total. So really there are just 14 cards in the 78 card deck which are of the Suit of Crystals, and you receiving the King of Crystals is kind of this confirmation of your growth from being the Page of Crystals, not really being quite sure if it's the right decision or not, to all of a sudden being like the authority in that field. So if you're, for example, a passionate writer or artist, or you love creating music and you put all of your efforts into an album or into a book that you're writing, a novel, just something that you're creating, you will be able to follow through with it and, for example, have it printed or have that album recorded, and other people will come to you because you've done it you've been through it, and that makes you a person of authority when it comes to that project. And other people will want your advice. They will want to hear your story and how you were able to get through the tough times, still believing in yourself and still going after what you desire. I can see here within Kadesh that we've got some sexual wisdom as well. So we're completely changing the unexpected changes that we're talking about, all of my beautiful gift number 10s. And now we're talking about your personal life, your intimate life. I see here within the Kadesh card that you're unafraid to kind of let out a little bit more of a raunchy side that you maybe didn't even know existed within you. And I do see also a lot of passion, as we have the suit of crystals, which is the suit of energy, of passion, of ambition. And having that connected to Kadesh does show here that you're unafraid and you're kind of like a freak in the sheets, if you will. I can see here in Persephone that we've got new beginnings, and these new beginnings are unexpected because in the past you were maybe a lot more tame, whereas now moving forward, sexually speaking, you're unleashing a wild side, and anyone who you're intimate with is going to be able to enjoy that, if you will, all my beautiful gift number 10s. Next up, we've got Lilith, and in Lilith, you're facing your shadows in an unexpected way, and these shadows have to do with fears of not being good enough or creating something that no one will really love or like with your passion project, and just not being as attractive as you maybe sometimes think that you are in your head. I mean, we've all kind of danced in front of a mirror or had those moments where we're like, oh, you look really good today, where we just say that to ourselves. And in Lilith, I can see that you're facing some shadows and some demons there that in the past have told you that you're not good enough, or you're not attractive enough, or you're not a creative mastermind. I see here in Hecate that this has a lot to do with past life healing. It has a lot to do with maybe not being recognized or not having any public recognition in your past life scenarios, and this type of feeling of not being quite good enough to be that person in the spotlight, or to be looked at as a person who knows what they're doing and an amazing artist or creator, is something that has maybe followed you to this lifetime that you're working on. And I want you to not be so hard on yourself, all my beautiful gift number 10s, because one thing that you run risk of here with so many crystals, with so much fire sign energy in your reading, is to make decisions in a very impulsive way and then to do more harm than good. Like, for example, just on a whim, starting a project from scratch because you don't like where the old project was going, and then you maybe missed out on the opportunity to get into your flow space and learn something new by kind of making a project that was mediocre, making it really amazing, and working with what's already there, changing it and turning it into something that it didn't look like at first, but kind of creating something out of nothing. If you constantly start from scratch and you never finish a project because you're impulsively just deciding it's not good enough, then you will of course end up in a space where in the end you don't really have anything to show, and you're just constantly restarting and slowly chiseling away at your confidence. Finishing projects really does build your confidence because it builds that kind of trust with yourself that you're capable of finishing something. Next up, we've got the Two of Cups. So coming back to your romantic life, your personal life, all of my beautiful gift number 10s, this is a very favorable card of two people having a strong connection with each other, a romantic connection, a twin flame type of relationship where you have your soulmate and there's mutual love, trust, and respect. The fact that we had Kadesh within your reading and we were already talking about things that are sensual and sexual, it just shows here that the person who you're meant to be with is near, and that your relationship will be very interesting on every level and fulfilling on every single level. So we've got the Ten of Swords as well as the Page of Swords. In the Ten of Swords, I can see here that anyone who you kind of have to explain something to a million times over is not your person, so immediately move on if you just feel like you're not vibing with another person, there's no point in wasting your time moving forward just because it may end up in a verbal argument. So it's better to just remove yourself from those situations altogether. As I see here within the Page of Swords, that you're just finding a new part of your voice, and you can sometimes be very blunt and honest in a way that can hurt people's feelings, or can kind of move into that impulsive space of just saying how you feel without being diplomatic about it, and that can harm you in certain situations, right? If it's, for example, a professional setting, or you're talking to someone who you thought was an interest when it comes to love and romance, but turns out they're not, it can actually make other people turn away from you or speak badly about you because you did hurt their feelings. And not to say that you should be concerned about what others say about you once you're honest, but it's all about how you're expressing your honesty. And if you're going through a time of change or impulsiveness, it's best for you to not put yourself in too many situations where you're saying your honest opinion unless it's necessary, and unless you've had time to really kind of gather your thoughts and think of how you're going to express yourself. So you do it in a way that is kind and still loving. I can see here within the Four of Cups that the person who you are meant to be in this relationship with is someone who has been alone for quite a while. So they've maybe never even been in a relationship. And I see that this is a huge change for the both of you, for them, because they're not used to being in a relationship at all. And for you, because just kind of reigniting a romantic flame for yourself is actually something that you didn't think would happen so soon. Like, you didn't think that at this point in your life you would find someone whom you can see yourself settling down with forever, basically. The Empress shows me thoughts of family, thoughts of a future with one another, and thinking super far ahead. That is, for some people, very romantic. Do know here within the Empress that you may end up with someone who constantly daydreams about growing old with you, or maybe having a family of your own together, and maybe they're keeping it to themselves a lot. Okay, as I see here in the Ten of Swords, they're afraid of expressing what they truly want because they don't want to alienate you or scare you, all my beautiful gift number 10s. So they're kind of just like happily keeping those little details to themselves and enjoying all of the scenarios in their head, all of the still fictitious scenarios in their head, just like waiting for you to bring it up and waiting for you to kind of talk about these things so that they can steer into it and lean into it without you feeling like they're too over the top. Next up, we've got the Chariot. In the Chariot, I can see that the next big unforeseen changes are going to have you moving forward in one concise direction with your partner. So you have the same values and the same vision for a future with this person, which is great because relationships do really work out fantastically well when you both have the same morals and the same kind of interest of where you want your life to go. So even if you're two very different people, if you have the same shared goals for a life spent with one another, then of course you're going to be able to move forward very rapidly. Next up, in the Eight of Pentacles, you're working on it together. So I see that a big unexpected change is just how much teamwork you're actually going to be involved in when it comes to creating a future for yourself and a future with a romantic partner, all my beautiful gift number 10s, and that you seeing someone else working really hard on a future with you and wanting to build a future with longevity, that just gives you even more ambition and drive to put in your best. So it's like you're feeding off one another, both when it comes to ambition, your professional lives, and where you're going in your relationship, but also sexually being very open, never judging one another, and never making the other person feel as though their body or their wants and needs are things to be ashamed of. So all of my beautiful gift number 10s. We are at the end of your second part of your prediction. Thank you so much for being here and for enjoying this highly personalized approach to a pick a card reading. I really hope that you can appreciate and enjoy this because I put a lot of thought, love, work, and effort into these videos, and I want you to kind of soak up every moment of it and to really feel like you're held and understood, and at the same time like you're being given very honest, real messages. So all of my beautiful gift number 10s, thank you so much for being here and for spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful gift number 11s, and welcome to the second and even more personalized part of your reading where we figure out all of the next big unforeseen changes that are coming towards your gift number. So let's move straight into it. We'll do so with the Gentle Heart Tarot deck, which I authored and published, and we'll figure out exactly what you need to know. We've got the Knight of Diamonds, we've got the Queen of Diamonds, as well as the 10 of Diamonds. A lot of diamonds here. Now you may be wondering, what are these diamonds and what do they mean? Well, the suit of diamonds corresponds to the element of earth, which actually speaks of your health, your finances, as well as your overall professional life. The Knight of Diamonds shows me here that you're in this go-getter type of mood, and it is a very unexpected thing for you to get out of your comfort zone as much as you will be getting out of your comfort zone. That's what I see here within the Knight of Diamonds. Furthermore, the Queen of Diamonds shows me here that you have this very caring nature to you and you want the best for everyone. So when you're in a position of power financially or just professionally speaking, you're not trying to get away with the most profits and paying people really terrible wages. You want everyone to live well, even if that means that you're not going to be as rich as maybe some other CEOs are. And it's quite funny how that actually ends up serving you, as I see here in the 10 of Diamonds, that you will end up having more money, more financial means, because your intent is good, because what is fueling you is actually positive and caring. You will find more success in your life than someone who is simply after being rich no matter the cost. So these are some really great changes that are coming towards you, that are embracing different parts of you that I think the world needs to see. The world needs more bosses, CEOs, and leaders that actually care about people and not just profits. And I see that you're probably the first generation of a group of people who are doing this. I can see here within the Judgment card that you never want to judge anyone. You understand that times change, and maybe at the time it was appropriate for people to say things or do things the way that they did. So even if someone has a bit of a shady past, I see here in the Judgment card and the 10 of Diamonds, you don't really want to hang them up on that. You don't want to make them feel inadequate about that. You want people to have fresh chances and to start things on a fresh slate. The 10 of Diamonds shows me here that you're also quite secure in yourself, which further adds to why judgment and just overall gossiping about others is just really not your thing. I see here within the 10 of Wands that you've been there, done that. Maybe at an earlier point in life, you had spent some time gossiping, or you were more inclined to defend yourself to the point that it may actually turn into an argument. And now you understand that there are some people who are just determined to disagree with you or determined to see you in a certain light, and nothing, no matter how hard you try, nothing's going to change that. They're not going to see the light in you or other people because they maybe can't see past your race, your gender, your sexual preferences, or how you're living your life, and that's fine. You're not going to spend any of your precious time and energy trying to convince them otherwise. You're simply going to let your actions and the light that you put into this world speak for itself. Next up, we've got the 9 of Wands as well as the 8 of Wands. So this is a very fiery situation that we have going on here. The 8 of Wands shows me that there is a lot of this forward movement, a lot of this phallic energy, which is masculine energy, of kind of taking the torch and going wherever you need to with it, and doing so very quickly. So taking very inspirational energy, and as I can see here in the 9 of Wands, lighting other people's torches, so inspiring other people and being a leader in a way that you haven't experienced before. So this is coming as a bit of a surprise, and the Nine of Wands does also show me that it will be quite a lot of work. So you have a lot of work ahead of you, my beautiful gift number 11s, but this is work that you are excited about, work that makes you feel like you have a purpose in life. Next up, we've got the Star Maiden. So as we're talking about all of this work, the universe and your guides want to remind you of also taking rest and going with your body's natural cycles. If you're a woman, especially if you are someone who has a body that can be a little bit temperamental, so not just women, but women often have that natural cycle. Not every woman is menstruating, but a lot of women are, and it creates a kind of very unique cycle. But just because you're not a woman, for example, doesn't mean that your body doesn't go through cycles where it also needs rest, where sometimes you have more energy and at times you have to be more gentle with your body. So take that into account as well. All of my beautiful gift number 11s, I see here within Mother Mary that your emotions have a really, really big impact on how your body feels and heals. So understanding here that your emotions do really directly affect your health physically is something that can help you also avoid confrontation, because if there is confrontation in your life and you notice that you never feel that good or all that energetically charged or full for the days thereafter, then you know that you have to avoid things that exhaust you mentally. And making those connections, you will see some unexpected cycles or some unexpected things that your body really likes and some things that your body really doesn't. Like, for example, for a long time, I always thought that working out made me tired, but then I found that actually going on runs gives me energy, and I didn't expect that at all, but it's definitely something that makes my mood so much better and gives me so much more motivation, which is something that I personally didn't expect. So take that as a little bit of inspiration on how something that you thought wouldn't help you may actually have a positive effect on your mind and your body if you just give it a chance. I can see here within Leah that you will stand your ground in a very unexpected way here. So standing your ground when it comes to your ideas of what to do in a business and being unafraid to stand your grounds, even if that makes you the odd one out. That's one thing that I can see here within Leah, and that's a really brave thing to do. And maybe in the past you've never wanted to stand out, especially negatively, but it's like you have this attitude of not having anything to lose, because if you're not going to live your life authentically, then you might as well just not live at all. That's the type of all or nothing mindset that I'm getting from your reading a little bit. The Ace of Cups shows me that you will make lots of new friends and acquaintances which you didn't expect to make, and you're making those the more unapologetic that you are, and the more you kind of stand your ground and just have a strong opinion, because you are the type of person who attracts other people who are similar, who want to feel like they really know what you're about. You attract people who maybe don't agree with everything you do or say, but at least they know that you're real. At least they know that when you say something, you mean it and you're gonna stick to it. And that means a lot to the type of people who you're linking up with. The Ace of Pentacles here shows me that when it comes to your career, there is a fresh start that is happening for you, that is coming towards you. So think a raise or changing into a different department, changing jobs altogether, or adding another job to your tasks that is completely new to you. Know that one thing that all of these scenarios have in common is that it is fresh, it is a new start, it is exciting, it is a part of your career and your professional life that you have not experienced before, and it is a change that just overall will make for a different dynamic. So last but not least, we've got the World as well as the Princess of Pentacles. Let's first start off with the Princess of Pentacles. So the Princess of Pentacles shows me here that being unafraid to take on these new tasks that you have coming towards you professionally is the best way for you to handle it, as I can see that any unexpected things coming towards you require flexibility, and that's how you can really surf the wave rather than be beaten by the wave, if you know what I mean, all my beautiful gift number 11s. Last but not least, the World card, by far the most favorable card in the tarot deck, or at least I would say so. All of my beautiful gift number 11s, it shows a time of culmination of everything coming together beautifully, of your life being fulfilled, being whole, and feeling as though you have everything that you need. You don't want for anything, and you can also see your future continuously being more prosperous and more in a sense that makes you feel comfortable. You look into the future and you're excited for it rather than scared. That is what I see here in the world that's coming as a next big unexpected step in your life, where you kind of feel like you got more things figured out for yourself without being closed-minded, but at the same time knowing roughly what direction you want to go in and what roughly really fills you up and lights you up. So all my beautiful gift number 11s, this is the second part to your prediction that I've received for you. I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know down below. I put a lot of work, love, and energy into creating these highly personalized readings so that all of you can receive readings for free. So I would really appreciate your feedback and for you to thumbs up this video just to ensure that as many people on YouTube as possible can receive these readings. Thank you so much for being here and for spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions.